What's up? What's up? What's up? Welcome in, everybody. Enjoy the tune. I'll be right with you.
Thief, take pictures, run like the parallel stitches, attach my feet to the path I beat, teach myself to keep the answers brief, gnash my teeth like the last to feast, imagine me on that abandoned beach, sand and sea as if the jazz was free, I'm ice cream mixed with gasoline, direct attention to the craftsmanship, neglect to mention that the past will stick like initials carved in the concrete, like the tattoo that hides on your mommy. I still kick it with angels. The difference is instead of the bar, I'm at my kitchen table. The starlight shines through the glass, but you feel safe underneath that mask. Ferris wheel, give rides, the scars healed in time to get high. Lock the doors and hide the keys. Let's go describe how to climb a tree. Don't sign the lease, just cop a corner for you to curl up and try to sleep. Those cheap police won't find my wings. I keep my dreams inside my dreams. And if I had a time machine, I'd probably use it like a vacuum and try to clean. It kinda seems quite more than a handful of these regrets have been circumstantial. Now give me all the cash out the drawer, touch that mustache down on the floor, and I'll be in court holding a pitchfork before I let the contest outlast the sport. Pocket watch, impatient, find a mate then make the migration. Break the rules but first break the rulers, and keep it moving like a rumor. I don't need to defend my defensiveness. I keep to myself, my family, and friendships. I got enough people I could disappoint. If you disagree, I think you missed the point. Now go ahead and grab a chair. Let me tell you about the last few years. Pulled out a sack full of Samson's hair and put it on the dash like a dancing bear. I wrote you a horoscope. It won't fit on this post-it note, but if I had to sum it up into a shorter quote, it goes, fuck it, you might as well row that boat.
What's up, everybody? Row, row, row that boat. How's everybody feeling out there? You know what? I spent like the last hour and a half, almost 2 hours working on a new intro, and it's just not ready yet. But next live it will be. The custom membership badges and emojis are just about done too. I'll have all that done tonight. I know. I'm a slow worker here. I've been actually kind of busy. Let's see who we got with us today. Cash, what's up, dude? Did you ask me if I was a raccoon dog? I'm a little rusty with the Japanese, but I'm pretty sure you asked me if I was a raccoon. Let's see. We got Cash. We got SG. What's up, SG? Hope you're well. Randall the Dime, thanks for being here. Evil Queen, good to see you. Headstones and Headlines, thanks for being here. Cash is in the bushes. Or are you in the trees or in the bushes? Insanity Mom, thanks for being here. Marie, good to see you. Hope you're well. A1, what's up? Shaylee, thanks for sharing. Shaylee always shares my lives. Yeah, if you could take a second and share this out, let's fill up the room. I appreciate you, Shaylee. Let's see who else we got here. Hey, Joe, good to see you. Watched this documentary last night about, how Coca-Cola invented Santa Claus. It's pretty wild. I didn't know the story of Kris Kringle. I know it's not really seasonal to talk about Christmas stuff right now, but Chris Kringle was this story about this old chimney sweep guy that was able to dislocate his shoulders so he could slip down chimneys and rob people. So weird. Hey Marlene, thanks for being here. Always being here. I appreciate you. Hey Sunflower, good to see you. So what's up? Geez, it's the foil war is about to start, I think. Holy cow. I think that old Buzzy over there is the damn rabbit hole of all rabbit holes. Like, holy cow. Foil one thing and you get 50 things. Rebecca, what are you doing over there, lady? For the love of God. I love lemon heads too. Me too. Do you guys remember as a kid, if once you were done with the lemon heads box, if you put it in your mouth and blew into the box, it made a whistle? Am I the only one? Hey, Linda, thanks for being here. Linda says, prayers to all whom are affected across the nation, no matter what it's from. Know someone is thinking about you. Yes, I'm out here in California. I got to tell you what, it is a just ominous vibe out here. For those of you who just, hate California for the sake of hating California, and I see a lot of comments and all these wildfire coverage, people saying things like, "Oh, that feels so bad for the rich people. Like, oh, what are they going to do?" There are a lot of people that aren't rich that live in Malibu. I mean, we're talking housekeepers, we're talking about drivers, we're talking about restaurant workers, bartenders, servers, garbage men, you name it. It's not California is not just populated with a bunch of millionaires. There are people here that don't have a lot, you know, and even the opinion of, oh, they're rich, it doesn't matter. I don't feel bad for them. That's so weak. Like, not everybody is built or born with a silver spoon in their mouth. A lot of the rich people here in California, just like rich people anywhere, have worked their ass off their entire life to have nice things. Just because they have money, you hate them. I'm not with that. I have to be honest though, when I was young and immature, I used to have that same opinion. Being raised in a, poverty-stricken community, I just thought rich people were just bad people. But as soon as I grew up, I got rid of that, theory because the first time I met a millionaire that was a decent person and I didn't even know that they were that rich until months later, my opinions changed. I mean, people are just people. Some people get lucky, some people work their ass off, but just because somebody has more than you do is really no reason to rebel against them. Or he's in prickly bushes. Let's see what else is going on here. I don't know. You guys want to watch some fire coverage? I don't have much to talk about. Still waiting for old Buzzy the bee over there to explain to everybody her legal troubles. Man, I found out that she has a court date on the 13th of this month for what is a civil matter. And then I found out that she has an actual court case on the 23rd of January for a whole different thing. Stalking, harassment. I mean, there's somebody filing a protective order against her for stalking, harassing. This is current. This is this day today. Isn't that funny? I mean, how funny is it that they sit over there and say, "Oh, Sinner's such a stalker. He's obsessed with you." No, I'm just observant. And you're a bunch of turds over there at the Hive. Have you guys had a chance to see my new video? I can play it for you if you haven't. 420 growers, what's up? We don't hate Cali. We hate our relationship across the board, our leadership across the board. The woke mayor is ridiculous. Yeah, I know the leadership in California is obviously lacking. I mean, there's no debate there. You're right. Um, but I think that's what we should do. I think that the citizens should stick together and point out the nastiness that's going on with the governmental controls here. Instead of turning against each other. That's the trick to it. This whole political system is set up to have this side or that side. If we stick together, they're in big trouble because we outnumber them and we're the ones that have the power. But so long as we're sitting around like arguing amongst each other, they can do whatever the fuck they want. You know what I mean? And that's pretty much my viewpoint on politics across the board. Hey, Tinker, thanks for being here. Janice Wolf. What's Cash up to? I like christening. Like a christening dress from your dad, from your now dead daughter, irreplaceable. Whoa. Um, yeah, geez. Sometimes I think you drop facts into your riddles, Cash. I just don't always get it. Marlena says a fire just broke out 5 miles from my man's work here in San Diego. Oh, you're down in ST. Oh yeah, that's right. Sorry, I chat with so many people in chats that I lose track. I remember we were talking about Tijuana, Marlena. It's a small it's small though, hopefully contained by now. They spread so quickly, it's scary. Yeah, well, that's the thing. I mean, there's all these conspiracies about the fires out here in California. I mean, I'm out here. It's been so fucking dry and so windy that I mean, I don't think there's anything at all that can be done to stop the progress of these fires. But I'm so familiar with the Hollywood Hills as well as Malibu, the Pacific Palisades. Like it's such a beautiful place in the world. Doesn't matter if a bunch of rich stuck up people live there. Nobody deserves to have lose everything they've worked their life for. It's just surreal seeing the images of restaurants that I've eaten at, you know, and of course I've got tons of friends down there, so I've been on the phone with them constantly. Actually, might have a buddy and his wife come stay up here with me to get out of the smoke. It's bad. It's bad in LA. Let's see. Hey, Lily, thanks for being here. So yeah, as far as exposing Rebecca for her upcoming court stuff. I mean, the stuff that's happening on the 13th, it's the civil matter. That's her business, but it does very much speak to her character. I guess she's just not going to talk to her people about it. So, I'll give her another day or so, and then I'll just make a video and show you guys what's going on. But let me show you, if I can, I'll show you my newest video in case you missed it. There's a new simp over at the Hive, and this woman actually sat up there and was just like, Queen Bee is an angel and she never does anything wrong. It nearly broke my brain. My brain. Hey, Narcos, thanks for being here. Yeah, Marlene, I hope they get that shit under control. I know I lived, like I told you guys, I lived in Santa Barbara for a long time, and just in that time that I lived there, there must have been 4 or 5 fires. And until you're sitting at the beach with ash raining down on you, I don't want to hear about I don't want to hear about the oh, it's so bad for them. Let's see. DJ Electra, thanks for being here. Says fires here in Cali are a horrible disaster, but it's not leadership's fault. They didn't create a 100-mile-per-hour wind. Yeah, you're right. But I mean, there would be open for a debate. I don't think they caused the fire, and I think they're doing everything that they can within their power to put the fires out and control it. But like you said, 100 mile an hour winds, you can't fight against that. But I mean, I think you'd be pretty hard pressed to you know, defend a standpoint that everything's okay out here in California as far as the leadership goes. Hey, Moon and Chroma, thanks for being here. Just Iris, what's up? Hope you're well. See, we haven't had a single drop of rain over 8 months. Damn. See, I'm up here outside of Sacramento. It's rained a lot in the last couple months, thankfully. It's confusing the earth because like it looks like spring outside. The grass is all growing and all the citrus trees are still, all the fruit's still ripening. It's quite bizarre. SG says the court date on 13th is serious in my opinion. Yeah, I mean nothing more serious at all. But I mean I look, I have no love for that piece of shit woman whatsoever, but I'm going to give her a chance to explain to her members and subscribers what they're paying for. Excuse me 1 second. I got a guy weed whacking outside. I got to close the window. about that. Can't predict when the landscapers are gonna show up around here. Did I s oh, yes, by the way, if you're not subscribed to DJ Electra, do yourself a favor. She has really cool stuff going on over there. We haven't had a single drop of rain in over 8 months. Jesus, terrifying. Um, DJ Electra, I need you to show me how you do that awesome, like, live avatar thing. That's the coolest shit ever. Sunnyside, what's up? See, Marlena says, San Diego hasn't had rain in over a year. My goodness. See, when I was there, I paid no attention to the weather whatsoever. I can't remember it raining when I was stationed down there at all. I was stationed down in Oceanside, like I told you. Hey, Citizen Sleuth, thanks for being here. All right, I'm going to catch up in chat here real quick. Moon and Chroma, I caught some of your live yesterday, cracking me up. I saw you cause some controversy, Moon and Chroma, and I have an opinion about that, and I've been debating as to whether or not I should share it. But I'm going to do that. My battery's charging, Sunflower. I'm plugged in. I forgot to do it, like, as I was trying to make a new intro, I forgot to charge it, but it's plugged in. Um, so Moon and Krama, I guess, how do I put this? She's in a community where she's comfortable saying things that other people aren't comfortable saying. Um, this is a real challenging thing for me because I'm from Pittsburgh. I'm from the city. A lot of my friends talk that way, and they're not racist whatsoever. I choose not to say it because, because if I just it doesn't feel right coming out of my mouth. I'm not sure that I've ever used words like that, but many of my friends use words like that. Many of my friends are, in a community and have circles of friends where that's accepted. It's not uncommon. It is not racist. If she was using it, throwing it around in like a derogatory way, it's so difficult to explain. There is a difference. There's an absolute difference between the way she uses that word and the way they were trying to pin that on her. Like, I'm not white knighting for anyone, but that's a crock of shit. I mean, you got a bunch of racist people just out there looking for other racist people, so they feel like they're, look, you did it too, so now we're the same. No, I think they misunderstand. Let's see. Hey, V Caser, thanks for being here. What do we have here? Screenshot this cool name. Leadership increased levy taxes for water reserve, and there's no reserves. See, I don't know the details. I had to take your word on that. I really just don't know. I know, like, the conspiracy that there was a water shortage. I'm going back to talk about the fires. All this conspiracy that there's a lack of water, that did happen in a couple specific instances, but in general, the reason that the fire spread so quickly is because the winds were 80 to 100 miles per hour in those hills, so they couldn't fight the fire effectively. I mean, you can't put men and women against the fire not knowing which way the fucking wind is gonna blow. Also, they had no air support. There was no way to drop water from the sky because it was too unsafe to have aircraft in the air. So, I mean, I was talking to a couple of friends and I'm like, "Oh no, here we go with the conspiracies, the power lines, the block roads. We've seen this before with Lahaina." And I think they're two different things. They're two different things. I mean, it's not at all the same thing. The only thing close to a conspiracy that I have in all of this is the fact that they there was a lot of movement the days prior to the fire. There were a lot of resources moved to the area simply because they had a state of emergency, in the fire department because they knew how bad the winds were going to be and how gnarly they were going to, pick up overnight. So they were as ready as they could be. But again, you can't fight against 80-mile-an-hour winds with chunks of ash flying in the air. Hey, Jones, and what's up? I swear someone told me she already addressed it a little. Something about she told that something about she told that to someone close to her to see if they would leak it. Maybe that was something else. Yeah, this is a big deal. I mean, I don't know how she's sitting over there. I mean, I'll drop a hint. It's insane that she's talking about anyone's parenting. I'll tell you that. That's the clue I'll give you. Are you congested or anything? Yeah, I'm still getting over my cold. I've been battling a stuffy nose for like 2 weeks. Lisa says, I'm near Yosemite. We're usually the ones on fire. Yep, it's definitely true. Napa Valley, Santa Barbara, the Santa Ynez Mountains always burn too. It's crazy. Jones, it's sad when you have to play stupid guessing games shaking my head. All right, I'm way behind in chat, so let me just scroll ahead here. Oh, that would be so awesome, DJ Electro. I love that shit. It's the coolest thing because I have so many fucking weirdos that are after me on the internet. I would like to go live with like some type of face, but I'm not going to put my face out there for people to put images of balls on my head and all kinds of weird shit. I don't want to give B Tim anything to play with himself about, basically. Also, B Tim, pretty sure I got your photo, Buckaroo. You look like the little fucking weirdo I thought you would. Little Paul Giamatti looking weirdo. And I guess that's no good because Paul Giamatti is an incredible human being. Hey, curious, thanks for being here. Did you guys know that uh, during 9/11, Paul Giamatti went to first of all, Paul Giamatti was a New York City a fireman for years before he became an actor. He became a rich and famous actor. 9/11 happened. He went back to the old firehouse that he worked at and said, "Hey, if you guys need a hand, I'll help." Of course, they were a bit trepidatious about having a star there. They didn't need the distraction. They had actual work to do. But he assured them, "I'm not here for any publicity." They gave him the gear and he rode with that fire crew for weeks. I mean, how cool is that? Never took one photo, never did an autograph, none of that. And this is well after he was a very famous man. So, how many of you would do that? I mean, millionaires don't typically say, "Hey, I need to get down to the fire station and get some gear to help." That's just fucking amazing. Moon says, "I'm going to be good, I promise." Yes, please. 33818. Hey, that's another LA. Marlena, it's so ridiculous. Why would they deploy any SAR in the middle of active fire? Oh, I don't know anything about that. I mean, I would imagine that they would send search and rescue for someone that's trapped in a collapsed building, someone that's trapped on a road with power lines down. I mean, wouldn't those be good reasons to deploy search and rescue? I didn't catch the beginning of that conversation, so sorry. No one should say the N word on a public platform, just like I would not say it at work. No, I understand that opinion, Emmy, and I respect that opinion. I was just giving my viewpoint because, like, when I go home to Pittsburgh and I hang out with my friends from high school, and I'm talking about white people, black people, Asian people, all my friends, they all feel very comfortable using that word. And to me, sometimes it's shocking because like I don't, out here in California, my friends it's taboo to say anything that could be, everybody's trying to cancel everybody. So you wouldn't say anything like that. And again, I don't feel comfortable saying words like that, but I 100% understand what her point was in saying, "Look, this is just part of my life. It's part of who I am." And uh, but I get it. I get it. I personally, to be clear, I don't like the word. It, I'm gonna take her. I'm gonna take Krama Moon at her word that her intentions aren't bad. I mean, I've heard her speak out against racist people before, so I mean, all right. I'm very far behind again. Land grab, in my opinion, it's not a land grab. It's simply not a land grab. That's the most ridiculous thing ever. What land are you gonna grab? The Getty Museum or the Hollywood sign? Like this land is not grabbable. These people own the property. Okay. Give me 1 second. All right. PJ Electra says the water ran out in the fire hydrants because they couldn't fill the massive 1 million gallon tanks fast enough to create enough pressure to run hydrants. The hydrants run on 3 tanks. See, that makes sense. And I know once the winds let up last night quite a bit, they were able to dip into the multiple reservoirs that they have there for airdrops again. That's why that shit in Runyon Canyon um, kind of died out pretty quickly, which was great because if that would have spread down through Runyon Canyon, it would have been just as bad as the Palisades. And then of course we get the fire out there. Um, we got the fire out there in Pasadena, which is about 35 miles away from. Oh, hold on, I'm getting messages at the same time here. Um, yeah, so the fire in Pasadena broke out a few hours after the Pacific Palisades fire. And that's 35 miles away. There's no way an ember flew that way. And then after the second fire started, then there were a bunch of little tiny fires that popped up. And I'll just be honest, like I am, like I try to be always. I think some of that was arson. I mean, how many mentally unstable people live in Los Angeles and maybe took this opportunity to become part of the story? It's terrifying, but there are pyromaniacs out there. Sunnyside got the big eyes. Oh yes, and if I was unclear, on January 13th, Queen Bee has a civil matter that she has to attend to. And then on January 23rd, she has what seems to be a criminal matter. I don't know what you call it if somebody's trying to get a restraining. They tried to get an emergency restraining order against her, but that was denied by the judge for some reason. But they are going to court on the 23rd about the same matter. What's up with you, Rebecca? You stalking people? You harassing people? Isn't it funny that you of all people go around accusing everyone else of being a stalker, everyone else is doing, but it's you. It's you. You're the one. That's cute. That really is cute. Hey, Angela, thanks for being here. Been a member for 2 months. Badass. Marco's clip says, "What happened? I haven't been on that much. Power outage. It comes and goes. Um, what happened in the way of Buzzy or the wildfires or sorry, I am behind in chat. And thanks again, Angela, for being a member. I appreciate you. Oh yeah, Emmy asked the same question. Narcos with what? All right, I'm gonna get through chat here a little bit. B Timmy's blue gumballs. Bravo. What the hell? Are you rang? Oh my god, that little weasel boy. I tell you what. Did you guys see that Lore Lodge popped up over there to try to correct those idiots? My goodness. I can't believe here are the two biggest pieces of shit on that panel. Well, obviously Queen Bee is the biggest piece of shit because she allowed that to go down the way she did. They basically he went up there to try to talk to the host of the show, and she's so bad at thinking or living life that she had to bring up a bunch of her fucking goons one by one. They took shots at her. Hey, Brianna, go fuck yourself. No one cares about your education or anything like that. The way you spoke to that man is disrespectful. Granny's watching. I think you've lost your entire fucking mind. Like you've just popped up there to once again say, "Oh, Larico, I'm a victim, Larico." You are no victim. You need a break from the internet, Granny. For fuck's sake, what's wrong with you? Hey, Patricia Burns, thanks for being here. Yeah, sorry, Narcos. I'm a little bit all over the place. Um, yeah, I don't. I'm trying to be careful here because these fuckers are going to try to cancel me no matter what. But the FOIA wars. Hey, also, yeah, I'll tell the Hive directly. You could FOIA me. You're not. You have already FOIA'd everything you're going to get about me. You got it. So, good luck. Also, a few months back, Rebecca, you said that I was going to be served for all this stuff, impersonating your lawyer, blah blah blah. How come that's never happened? That's a rhetorical question. I can tell you why it's never happened because you're a fucking liar, just like I said you were back then. Jeez, you are just a piece of work, and you've surrounded yourself with other pieces of work. Marlene says, "Haven't you heard SF got a call from Trump and is desperately needing California to help?" That's another one. SF investigates. Okay, Stevie. Nothing like having a failed fucking fashion photographer looking for your missing child and talking shit the whole time. I will say this. I, I'll say it directly to Steve Fisher. Hey man, if you're serious about helping people, why don't you get the fuck off of YouTube? Because YouTube doesn't help find missing children in case you haven't noticed. Or do you care? You say you care. If you care, why don't you go ahead and get out there and do the work instead of getting on panels and patting yourself on the back? It's weird, bro. It's weird. I can't help myself. That's a great name, by the way. Let's see. Trisha says, I only just got back from ER. I came off my bike in the ice and broke my arm. Oh no, the one I use. So please excuse my typos. Oh no, take your time. I hope you heal quickly. I've had quite a few broken bones skateboarding as a teenager. Thankfully, thankfully I broke them when I was super young, so I don't even feel any kind of effect from them now. Lisa says, I know Moon personally. She is not racist. And I believe that. I believe that to be true. But and I'm sure Moon understands this as well. Yeah, it's just something that's unaccepted in general, you know. So when people hear it, especially here on YouTube, where everybody picks what everybody else says apart, she had to have known that that was going to blow up in her face. I just I'm going to take her word for it. Like you said, Lisa, you know her. Um, but let's be serious here. If she was friends of the Hive, do you think they would call it out? No, they would embrace it. She'd be over on the panel. She'd be an asset to them because they, you know, if they perceive her as racist, those are the type of people that they like at the Hive. If you haven't noticed, um, so it's not about they're not trying to point out what's right. They're just trying to point out what's right for them, like they always do. And everybody, please send your good wishes and prayers to Patricia so she heals up quickly. Yeah, I know I'm a little bit late on that moon stuff, but I had to ruminate on it for a minute. I had to think about it before I spoke on it publicly because they're dying to make me a racist too. It's crazy. Hot fighters, but a too risky activity for private investigator during raging uncontained. Yeah, let him go out. Hey, man, let him go out there and see if he can help. I saw some guy. I was watching AXN News. If somebody could share that guy's clip, if you're not following him, I recommend it. He's basically a stringer. He goes out a couple 4 nights a week in Los Angeles, and he's got a made a big name for himself in LA, and even here on YouTube, everyone knows who he is. But he's typically a stringer. I don't know if you know what that is. Keeps a scanner in his car and he chases police calls and films them, and basically just reports to the world what's going on real time. So it's really cool. He's a good dude. A lot of people been ripping his live streams off. So um, yeah, do yourself a favor and subscribe. I mean, even after these fires are out, he's still out there a couple nights a week, 4 nights a week, doing his thing. I am far from the fires, Marie. Yep, many. I'm just about in the center of California. It's a massive damn state, as you know. So I don't even know how many miles it is to Los Angeles from here. It's gonna be 600. How many miles from Sacramento to Los Angeles? 383 miles. So yeah, it's very far. But just the vibe in California in general is just gloomy. You know, I saw some of that footage like before they got the handle of the Hollywood fire. You know, before they got it under control, it was terrifying. Yes, the Hollywood Hills. That was scary as shit. Just seeing them muster up at the entrance to Runyon Canyon freaked me out. I've been there so many times. I love that place. Let's see, Trisha, the first time in my life I've had plaster of Paris done, so I'm looking forward to getting it graffitied. Awesome. So cool. Yeah, I've had every kind of cast that's imaginable. I remember, I think it was like the third time I got injured, they started giving me color casts. So I had a red one, I had a green one. Stalker there with her. No, she's exactly who I said she was. I mean, sheesh, oh peesh. I just found out about the January 23rd thing where she has to, go and she has to go be the defendant in a case that she's stalking and harassing somebody. Like, oh, go figure. Hey, Rebecca, who is that woman that you're stalking and harassing? Why are you doing that? I have an idea. I could probably put the pieces together, but I don't want to, I don't want to give misinformation, so I'll leave it at that for now. But don't worry, the FOIAs are coming. Lisa says, I remember a while back there was a huge fire in Yosemite. They found that a cigarette started it, traced the DNA to and arrested the guy. Holy shit. Yeah, it's so dry out here and so windy that if you flick the butt out your window, it could definitely start a fire. Just crazy. Yes, going to court for not just harassment, but stalking and harassment. I just found out about this like an hour and a half ago, so I didn't have time to redact the documents and put them up, but I'll get to it. Don't you worry. Cinderella. All I've seen that Fest do is walk around and document the fire. He's not fighting the fires. Yeah, he is no hero. Let me tell you that. Okay, cool. She's got a lot of nerve saying on others parenting. I know it's crazy. I mean, it really is crazy. Betty White says, great name by the way, Betty White. Queen Bee is taking more money now to go after BHP. I know, I know. Like everybody, hey everybody, stop contributing money to her legal problems because everyone's going to find out here in a couple months that they weren't paying just to fight against BHP. They're fighting fucking civil lawsuits, they're fighting criminal lawsuits, and none of these have anything whatsoever to do with BHP. I mean, how is she accounting? How is she keeping track of this cash and which lawyer? Because you're not going to have a YouTube lawyer like Jonathan, and he's a good lawyer. I talk a lot of shit, but the guy is a good lawyer. He has a great record, and specifically for the case that she has, he's the perfect lawyer. But he's not going to be the perfect lawyer for you, Rebecca, for accusations of you stalking and harassing somebody, or the other thing that you got coming up sooner on the 13th. Oh no, Evil Queen. Welcome. Yes, live chat warning. Catch me if you can. Great name. They look like idiots. Okay, I realize I'm behind, so I don't want to mix up the conversations. All these tragedy pimps gather at the hive. I know. It's like here, let me pull up. I'll show you my new video. It's just a minute long. Let's see if I can do this without making a bunch of noise. Yeah, I totally agree. It's like it's become like a cesspool. It's a cope panel. They're just over there all coping with how fucked up they are. The thumbnail for my new video says liar support group meeting at the hive daily. Let's see your videos. I mean to start it. All right, gotta share a screen. Hope everyone's doing well out there. I know it's cold as shit back east. It's 65 degrees today, and I've got every window and door open. All right, let's see here. Is this the one? I think this is it. Yes. I don't know. Sorry, guys. Bear with me for a second. I don't know what the hell is going on. Okay, it is sharing. Or is it? Do-do-do. Sorry, I just tried to show a couple things here and a fucking bunch of tabs just started opening up. Let's see here. All right, I should be able to do this way. Present, share. Yeah, I think Sammy, I saw that. There we go. I tried to open my thing and it opened Studio for some reason. Skip that shit.
This is my bullshit meter.
So none of us feel that way about Queen. None of us leave Queen's panel because we don't agree with the way she does things.
Mods leave.
Because none of us leave Queen because Queen does unscrupulous things.
Unscrupulous, having or showing no moral principles, not honest warfare, like Queen
Unscrupulous
Bee.
things. Can you spell that, Daddy?
No, she can't.
That's been proven.
Queen doesn't dox anybody.
Huh? Ooh, girl, you are embarrassing yourself. Queen Bee has doxed several people on her live stream. I mean, are you stupid? Are you just in competition for a simp of the year? Because you're a liar. She definitely has doxed people. I've witnessed it.
Queen doesn't. In fact, Queen reels us all in and says, look, we're straightening this shit up and we have somebody on panel and we get it together.
Yeah, so you could tell me in chat if you have you ever seen Rebecca, aka Buzzed Bee over there, dox anybody? Because I definitely have. I've actually been one of the people that she doxed. So whoever that bitch was that was sitting over there saying Queen Bee doesn't dox people either needs a history lesson, a wake-up call, or to just walk away from the situation because she doesn't have any computative skills. Because Queen Bee definitely doxes people to include children, to include people's photos of people's homes while reciting their home address and their full legal name. She's done that. And like, they're going to be like, well, where are the receipts? Can you prove that? I'm not going to redox all the fucking people that she's doxed. Just take my word for it or ask around. Everyone already knows. That's ridiculous. I mean, if they're going to lie about something that we've all seen with our eyes and all heard with our ears, then what else are they going to lie about? Like, that's another trick question. They lie about everything. SG says, I'm very torn as to speaking about 13th because I feel bad about kicking someone when they are down. Yeah. I understand that, SG. That's why I haven't just come outright and say it. If people want to know, they could do the research. And I mean, eventually I'll let you guys know. I'll make a video about it. But she's just not a good person, basically. And all these documents that I'm finding, all these new court documents, and we're not talking, she's going to say, oh, that's 20 years ago. No, you asshole. This is currently happening. You've got two things. How are you going to balance being online for 14 hours a day, going to court? That takes so much time out of your day. Like, how do you have time for anything else? I mean, that's a legit question. I need more hours in my day, and I'm not even a parent. You know what I mean? I don't even have, a partner. It's just me and the shit I got to do in my life. I could not imagine what it would be like to maintain a household, look after my family, go to court, and stay online for 14 hours a day. It seems like you might be burning the candle at both ends. All right, I'm just gonna. If I missed anybody, I'm sorry. I gotta skip ahead and chat because I'm too far behind. Monchi, thanks for being here. Ours is not the reason why. Ours is to do. Oh, squirrel. See, what else did I see on these streets? Yeah, that lore lodge shit really fucked me up. Like, let's see. SF is literally inviting danger into our neighbor Bobby's backyard. See, I'm out of the loop with that stuff, but I heard it's just so crazy to me that a bunch of scumbag YouTubers are sitting around like what's the right way to say it? They feel like they're owed information. Like they're talking about this the Proudfoots and the Rogers. They're talking about these people as though they know them. They don't fucking know them. I mean, they know them just as well as like us as casual viewers of YouTube know the channel owners. Like you guys don't really know me. You only know what I tell you. You guys don't really know Rebecca over there. She only know what she tells you. Um, I mean, of course, we know a lot more about her now, but she doesn't. They don't know shit. They need to mind their business. I mean, gossip is so nasty over there. It's unreal. And every time they play that fucking JLR song, it's it's more insulting, you know. But we all know that Queen Bee has a secret crush on JLR. I mean, she's been on that dude's nuts all day, every single day. She's like, JLR is doing his thing though. He's doing his thing. The fuck is it? She's against tragedy pimps, but she jocks JLR like a high school crush. Riddle me that. I'll never understand it. Hey, Be Real, thanks for being here. No, I believe that. Catch me if you can. If you, I don't know if you caught it in the last few days. They were trying to pin that on her. Um, you got to be honest there that she didn't really help herself by doubling down. So I understand Jones's viewpoint, and I respect that, and I fully understand both sides of this. That's. I just feel like I felt obligated to talk about it. Because there are actual real racists amongst us here on YouTube. We can't get lost in the weeds with someone that uses words like that. It's part of their existence. You know what I mean? That's so much different than Cluminati suggesting that her and her friends make a PayPal pool or a GoFundMe to send Black people back to Africa, which she did. I mean, those are not. There's two different things. Stark contrast. They're polar opposites, in my opinion. Lisa says stringing tennis rackets. No, stringers, like they're like paparazzi. They follow the cops. They're like cop watchers. But the AXN News, he doesn't just do cop watching. He does anything that happens in Los Angeles. He typically goes live at 11 p.m. Pacific time, and he cruises through the night and just listens to his scanner. No cash, not swingers. Marlena, and you don't know actually what others, including SF, are doing. We know what SF is doing. He's trying to make a name himself, trying to pretend he's a hero, and he is no fucking hero. He meddles in cases. He disrespects families. That's what he does. I mean, look, if he was a serious person, he wouldn't be going into the most toxic place in the world and trying to gain favor. And I mean YouTube. He wouldn't be on YouTube. Why is he even on YouTube? Shouldn't he be busy if he's out saving people, fighting fires, and bringing your baby home safe? That's not what he is. He's a failed fashion photographer who is just trying to get involved in stuff. And that's what he does. That's what it is. But thanks for being here, Jim. What's his channel called? It's called AXN News. Like the letters like action, but it's AXN. Maybe somebody can find it. If not, I'll post it in the description after. Yeah, I'm safe, Marie. I'm very far away from the fires. But like I've got friends that are like family down there, so it's been really rough. That's exactly my point, Curious, and that's why I felt obligated to talk about it. Oh, I see Emmy dropped a link in there. Um, Curious says, ridiculous how they call out other creators for being racist. Okay, I'm about 13 minutes behind in chat, so bear with me. They call out other creators for being racist, but KK Lou is okay. She said the worst and admits it. I know, I know. It's bizarre. Look, I use words to talk shit, but I never use words like that because that's not where my heart is. I love everybody and hate everyone equally. Like if you're an asshole, you're an asshole. It has nothing to do with your sex, race or gender whatsoever. I don't care about that shit. But some people do, and they tend to hang out the hive. Oh yeah, there's link. Thanks again, Emmy. I appreciate you. I can only watch so much because I get nervous and scary inside. Yeah, it's a lot. I assume you're talking about the fires. I'm so far behind, but I got stuck. I was in the rabbit hole. I stayed up way too late watching the fire coverage the other night. In my opinion, SF isn't doing anything but grifting. I think so too. I think so too. Everyone's like, "Oh, he's a private investigator." He just became licensed as a private investigator not that long ago. It's not like he's been doing this his whole life, and you know, he's just another one of them. Gemma, just another channel talking about others while thinking they are better. Fuck you. Look, I'll tell you what, I am better than Queen Bee. How's that? I know it. You should see the documentation on this woman. She's a legit piece of shit. So yes, Gem, outrageous. I am better. And I pride myself on that. And the most amazing thing is tomorrow I'll be even better than I am today, because that's my goal, is to every day become a better person. Unlike very many people. So thank you. All right, I'm gonna skip ahead a little bit. Please excuse me if I missed your stuff. Can you tell me if QB wait, can you tell me is it QB? Do you feel bad about kicking down, and why? Oh, I understand what SG's saying. And yeah, I don't like the pile on either. But the fact is, if she's gonna be sitting over there saying this, and that about certain people publicly, and she's she's even worse than the allegations that she's waging against people, then that's hypocrisy, and fuck that. Absolutely fuck that. Yeah, the 23rd. Again, this is something I just found out about just in the last couple of hours. Guess she's stalking and harassing some woman. I don't want to give any of that woman's private information up, but it's in her hometown. It's not online. It has nothing to do with YouTube. It has nothing to do with Betty. Has nothing to do with any of the past trouble she's been in. This is new trouble. Um, so she's so the person that she's been stalking and harassing, some woman, filed for emergency protective order. For some reason, the judge turned it down, or it probably wasn't enough to go on. But they do have court on the 23rd of January. Also, uh, the woman hired an attorney. This is awesome. The attorney that she hired, it used to be a state attorney, which is not easy to do. You have to work much of your life to attain such a position, and you have to be proficient at it. What I'm saying is, this woman's lawyer is a badass, and looks like Becky's going pro se. She's pulling a BHB. So yeah, fuck you, Queen Bee. Hey Zen, thank you. I did have a great holiday. I was a little sick, but I got over it. Hey Esther, thanks for being here. All right, I'm only 10 minutes behind, so I'm getting up there. Says Granny blocked me and Regina's, taking away my First Amendment right. I didn't even cuss. Yeah, yeah. The camps are split. You're either with Granny or you're against her, and I'm against her. Sir, how can I get you to send me some of those tamales from Texas? Seriously. Party pimps gather like juggalos. Well, that makes juggalos seem bad. Damn, it's 20 degrees there. It feels like 5. It got down to like 39 last night, which is chilly for where I am, but it's already 64 degrees. And it's going to be beautiful. It's going to be beautiful today. Oh, cool. Thanks. Thanks, DJ Electra. I just got your email. I haven't had a chance to look at it, but I appreciate it. Yeah, that shit looks cool. I don't know if my cheap little laptop will actually, it's something I could do on here, but it's so cool every time I see you on panels. I know I've seen DJ Electra over at Mel's and the Hacksaw. Just really cool stuff. And I think they're out here in Cali. If I were to guess, I'd say they're near the Bay. DJ Lecture and the couple of guys. Please excuse me, I don't remember the guys' names, but really entertaining, funny, intelligent stuff. It's in the 20s there. Oh boy. Kasha is Lisa. What is a juggalo? A juggalo is a fanatic follower of a band called Insane Clown Posse. You know, those guys that paint their face. They have the Gathering of the Juggalos every year. It's their own little music festival. It's insane. I'm too old for that shit, and I'm not even sure I would go when I was younger. It's like aggressive, like rappy stuff. I mean, I don't want to knock the guys; they are talented, but they do have one hell of a gimmick with the face makeup. Hey, KDP. I don't think I recognize your name, but thanks so much for being here. It says it's 28 degrees here and has been snowing since 7:30. Brr, no good. All right, I'm getting caught up slowly but surely. The Moon says I'm working, so it's hard for me to respond. I wasn't trying to call you out, put you on the spot, Moon. I felt a duty to talk about it because there's already people saying, "Well, how can you associate with someone like that if they said da da da?" Well, I mean, you're obviously not from where I'm from. You know, if you grew up in a city and you grew up with not around everyone who was white, then it's not uncommon for groups of friends to have a rapport where things can be said in that group of friends that can't be said outside of that group of friends. It's almost impossible to explain because if you're against it, you're just against it. If it doesn't bother you, it doesn't bother you. For me, I'm in the middle. Like I don't feel comfortable talking like that myself, but I'm also not going to wage accusations at somebody that they are hateful, because that's not true. And I know people that I know very well and people that I love that use that word freely, and it does it bother me sometimes, you know. I do agree with you. I just wish people would expose her more so they can stop aiding. Yeah, I know what you mean. There's a delicate balance though, because the fact of the matter is if I just pull up screenshots of these legal documents right now, even if they're redacted and I show you, she's going to go live and she's going to make 10,000 fucking dollars off of me. That's what's going on right now. So I don't want to make that bitch any more money. I mean, I really do want her lawyer. I want her subscribers and members to know that they're not just paying for a anti-defamation lawsuit against BHB, this countersuit, which is garbage too. But they're not just paying for that. Now they're paying for a civil litigation case, and they're going. I bet she's going to get a lawyer for the 23rd. I mean, I don't know how she couldn't. So, how many lawyers does she have? How do you have all these lawyers, all these new cars, and all these blunts, and you don't have a fucking job, and you're not being transparent with the people that are paying for your existence? Like that's the moral of my story. So I'm trying to strike a balance here where it's not, oh look, he's just a real lifer, he's obsessed. No, she's just a pet project at this point. And again, I'm going to show you guys exactly who she is because she's been lying to everyone. Ever since she said she was a single mom for years, to grift for money. That was the beginning of it. SG is awesome, and I respect I respect SG's opinion very, very much. But I mean, we can have differing opinions and be respectful. You know, that's ultimately the goal here. Let's see here. Hey, Pookie. I saw Pookie over in Action News. Good to see you, Pook. Hope you're doing well. I know those conspiracy theorists were pissing you off too. They're like, oh, it's Jewish fucking fire laser beams. I was just like, fuck, man, you people are just come on. What are you talking about? They said the same shit about Maui. And she says, I believe some content is okay to discuss to protect others from her, but this will hurt her. Yep, I tend to agree with that. I'm not trying to be fucking heartless and malicious, but like she needs to come clean about how fucked up her situation really is and stop pretending like like that whole celebration of like her victory over BHP was so disgusting. Just be fucking humble and shut the fuck up and be thankful that you were able to get away with the shit that you got away with. Because the shit that you got coming up here soon, Rebecca, is way worse than whatever you had going on with BHP. Way worse. And you fucking know it. But you're celebrating. You're sitting over there at midnight getting high and laughing and talking shit on the parents of a missing child. That's what you're doing. Instead of taking steps and actions to become a better person and prepare and take accountability for the shit that you've done in real life, in your own community, now you got to go to court. Good fucking luck. And yes, that's sarcastic because I wish you no luck whatsoever. She has doxed so many people to make people shut up. Bully bitch. Yeah, I mean, just that when someone sent me that clip last night of that, I would love to know who that person is. Their screen name last night was "It Tastes Like Chicken," classy, just like the Hive. But they're simping, like they were simping so fucking hard. It's unbelievable. Queen Bee doesn't dox anybody. What are you talking about? Are you serious? Serial doxer. Serious. Let's see here. She definitely doxes. I mean, I think, well, when I start talking about, oh, she's a doxer, people are like, let's see the receipts. If I show you the receipts, I'm going to redox these people, and I'm not going to do that. Just go back through her live streams. You might have to buy a membership because she's a greedy bitch, but go back through her live streams and look at all the stuff that she put under paywall, and you'll see docs after docs after docs after docs. I mean, if she hasn't edited it out, I'm not going to pay for that shit show. No way. Thank you to those who had such kind words and support. I couldn't type fast enough to acknowledge individually. We got you, SG. And I fully understand how you're torn about sharing information. Let's see. Marie says, sorry if we chat too much. I'm sure it makes it difficult for you. You have a great community chat, though. Thank you. I pride myself on it. I thought I'd be getting better at this, but it's still difficult for me, but I'll get it eventually. You probably noticed I'm back on StreamYard. StreamYard's just easier for me to load up clips and stuff, like my intro and all of that. I still have to figure out Restream. But I did purchase a Restream membership because it's a lot less expensive. So I'm going to fool around with it quite a bit. But you do have my word, the next live stream, there will be custom membership emojis as well as or membership badges as well as custom emojis for the subscribers. I promise. I already have the images that I want to use. It's just a matter of getting them, to the correct size and not fucking blurry. Like it's such a nightmare. I don't know if you've ever, I'm sure some of you have. I'm just not good at this stuff. Let's see here. I imagine Cash right now is listening to Insane Clown Posse and his mind is breaking. She's not against tragedy pimps. She is one. She is absolutely a tragedy pimp. I mean, that's been established. I mean, nobody wants to be called that. But I mean, even today, her thumbnail is once again Sebastian Rogers. Sebastian Rogers, like, she's milking this situation for everything that she can. She's in communication with Nick the Hat. She's in communication with JLR. She's doing all kinds of back dealing and wheeling. She's stalking people. She's harassing people. And she's got fucking a civil matter that's looming over her head. What is she doing? Getting high and celebrating. Getting high and talking shit on people for 14 hours a day. That's wild. I mean, that is just the fucking craziest shit ever. Never mind. I'll ask a question. Is there anybody that gives a flying fuck about that woman? Because it doesn't seem like it. Like, this would be the time that her friends should rally around her and give her support. Instead, they're just giving her money and joining her panel to talk shit about strangers right along with her. It's despicable, and she's exactly what I said she always was. Patricia, I saw your comment. I'm not going to read that. That's disgusting. Yeah. That's, Cat says, my sister was born in Freetown, Sierra Leone. No shit. White. My parents lived there a while. I grew up around many races. I despise racism. I do not comprehend it. I'm right there with you, Cash. I'll never understand. That's cool. I didn't know that about you. You're quite a worldly chap, aren't you, Cash? It's very cool. I grew up the same way. I grew up, in the suburbs of Pittsburgh, and then I moved to the city. And well, thanks. I mean, I'm 30 minutes behind in chat. Sorry, guys. Just deal with me here, um, because I think this topic's important. Um, I grew up. It was just white kids and black kids. That was it. And until I moved to the city, and then I, started getting closer to the. All right, Emmy. I see you, Emmy. I'm behind in chat, everybody. So there's that. Everybody okay with that? If you're not, I mean, the options are limited. I'm going to go through and read my chat because I'm assuming that you guys are talking to me. So, but yeah, I don't comprehend racism. I don't get it. I never did. I was anytime as a kid, I lucked out. My family was, just very much against racism. We're very much a mixed family, and we don't fucking play that shit. I've been rebelling against racism since I was in middle school. I mean, since the OJ trial. It says, I love and hate everyone equally. That's right. Yes, that's the way I do too. All right, I'm going to skip ahead and I do apologize. Thanks, Emmy, for keeping me on task because you guys do chat a lot. So, I mean, that's a good thing. And I appreciate everybody for doing that. As she says, I said a while back after the child video info came out that QB was scared. I know. I know. But just so here's what it is to me. To sit around and fucking say, oh, this person just a part-time dad. She's talking about the father of a missing child, and fuck her for that. Like seriously. And look, fuck anyone who's saying crazy shit about Chris and Katie too. I'm not with any of that. How crazy is it that me, some asshole sitting in California, feels comfortable sitting here saying Chris and Katie as though I fucking know these people? They're perfect strangers, and it makes my skin crawl that I even have to talk about them. The fact of the matter is, there are no updates in the case. Everyone's a fucking jackass for humping the case like it's the last thing in the world that's ever going to make them a dollar. They should be embarrassed for themselves, but they're not. And it just keeps getting worse every day. And I'm talking specifically about, let's see here. I'm talking specifically about Queen Bee and her panel. It's the like the epicenter of disgusting shit. Hey, Lisa, thank you for gifting a membership. I didn't see who got it, but if you did receive that membership, please thank Lisa. Sweet. Let me get back to chat. Oh, my chat just jumped way ahead, guys. Shit. Damn it. Sorry. Damn it, my bad. 1738, she's my trap queen. Gina, we saw this coming, didn't we? Like, we fucking knew. Like, that wasn't a victory against BHP. I know. It's just enough to kick the can down the road and I'm gonna start a new PayPal pool. The fucking these blunts are gonna pay for themselves. Whoa, it's 73 down there? Awesome. Do they still call Dog Beach down there in San Diego, Marlena? I used to go to after parties there with DJs. And they would just set up the DJ booth right on the beach. See, I didn't hear any of it, LOL, a clue what happened. Yeah, it just old Buzzy the Bee over there's got court case after court case coming up. Each case that she has coming up proves step by step that she is the full piece of shit that I always said she was. Absolutely. Like, holy cow. Hey, Hippie, thanks for being here. Oh, also, I took a few days off for the holidays. I wasn't feeling well. I was under the weather and had to get my head right as well. But there was one nasty bitch out there that was kept community post after community post. We didn't even realize you were gone. Yeah, you did, Heather. You were on my nut. Like, look, just leave me alone. I'll make a deal with you. You leave me alone, I'll leave you alone. You got enough of your own troubles to be messing with someone like me. Goofy asshole. People are actually asking me, some of these crazy fucking assholes that are making community posts and they're obsessed with me. They're like, is this like an ex of yours? Because they seem like really fucking hurt over you. No, I don't know any of them. They're all fucking YouTube strangers. Um, but those people are the reason that restraining orders fucking exist. Like going to my hometown, creeping around, posting photos of my dad for fuck's sake. Like, what the fuck? Universe has a way of balancing out the BS. QB is about to get a life lesson. That she is. That she is. So good to see you, hippie. See, the only creator I watch about Sebastian's case is Nonsense because she puts out the facts. Yeah, Nonsense hates me. So, but I've actually tuned the case out completely. I'm going to wait for the authorities to tell me something. Other than that, everyone else can just shut the fuck up, in my opinion. Because look, they're not solving anything. All they're doing is making money. It's exploitation. And I'm not saying nonsense because I do realize that she does her best to do everything properly, but still it's in her chat and then the shit that spins out of the conversations, Why doesn't everyone just knock it off? I don't get, I truly don't understand it. I mean, aside from for the lust of cash, not you cash, I'm talking about money. Just Irish his, and with her history of violence and protective orders, the judge will see. Yeah, of course, her entire record's going to be accessible to the judge that she's going to be in front of on the 23rd. Like, what with a history like that? I mean, the judge is probably going to be like, "Damn, this is probably has some valid validity to it." But what do I know? All right. Do-do. Someone said the Hive has a FOIA about Sinner's latest charges of indecent exposure. Yeah, that's me. I just walk around with my junk out. What the fuck is wrong with these people? Rumor has it he paints great pieces of art on the beach while naked. Yeah, I don't. I at least wear some shorts, but like I wouldn't put anything past those fucking vultures over there. All right, I am getting caught up here. Thanks for your patience, and thanks, Emmy, for your help. Yeah, do yourself a favor, Cash, and look that up. Google that shit. Gathering of the Juggalos. I could probably show you if you guys want to see. They're just as bad as Betty. I agree with that. I don't even know what Betty's doing because I did this magical thing and I just stopped watching. It really worked out well for me. I mean, of course, I see the shitbags over the Hive reviewing her, and my friend Emmy reviews her, but like I just don't give a fuck. I don't care. I think specifically with people that work like her, it's really the goal is having eyes on the situation, getting attention. And if you don't give attention, then it kind of dies down. Maybe I'm wrong, could be wrong. Don't really care. My beef with the Hive is personal, as you guys know. Um, I actually heard people saying, "Oh, Sinner's so violent and dangerous. You should get a restraining order." For what? For talking shit on you? That's the craziest shit ever. This narrative that I'm a scary, dangerous person is so fucking dusty. You people just need to get your lives together, like for real, for real, for real. So how does she make fun of Betty with ROs when I heard she has quite a few herself? Oh yeah, and they're recent too. She'll say, "Oh, it's a long time ago." No, bitch, it was not a long time ago. What do you mean? What do you mean? You've got a court case on January 23rd for stalking, harassing person. Someone has already waged a protective order against you, an emergency protective order. You lucked out in that not being accepted, but you do have to go to court and pay the piper. And yeah, old Sinner over there being a real lifer. Yeah, well, Fuck Queen Bee. This is the same woman that has been trying to destroy my character for over a year. So, no, ma'am. Would I waste time on anyone else? Am I digging in, looking for information on anyone else because it's fun? I'm not. I'm not. I just want to continue to expose Queen Bee, and that's what I'll do. And ain't a damn thing anybody can do about it except sit over there and whine. Guess what I could be doing? I could be exploiting missing children like she does, but I don't do that because I'm a better person than she is. Instead, I'm exposing the tragedy pimp that she is. She knows it. I know it. As she says, we're women, we talk a lot. I know, I've got 3 sisters. All right, I'm getting caught up. You got this center. It was good to see you over there in AXN, Pookie. Disneyland dad is offensive AF. I don't know, man. It's so crazy. Okay, metaphorically, it would be like if I just got arrested for arson, or if I was just charged with arson, I had to go to court for arson, and I go and strike up a live stream talking shit on arsonist. It makes no sense at all. The best thing you can do is either be fully transparent to the people that are paying for your existence, and now your legal fund, your legal problems, one after another after another. Guess what? I don't have, Buzzy, a fucking legal problem. Not at all. You know why? Because I don't live a grimy fucking life the way you do. I mean, people get in trouble. I get that. But man, you're just a pattern. It's the most destructive pattern uh, that there is. Like good luck in court. All right, I'm almost there. Oh yeah, just Irish. I didn't want to give her any clout, but yeah, fucking weirdo. I stopped paying attention though. I'm just gonna let her sit over there in her miserable little pile of shit. I want nothing to do with it. I do have a couple of her first videos reviewing me, where she says that she's done background checks on me and all this other creepy shit. And now she's like, he's done background checks on all of us. Bitch, you did a background check on me like 8 months before I even knew you did it. So go fuck yourself. Black Beach here in San Diego. Oh yeah, I did ask about Dog Beach, and I probably missed your comment. I don't think Dog Beach was dudes. Although the raver people that I was hanging out with at that time, they probably would have taken their clothes off. To be honest, rich or poor, I will find happiness. Rich is easier, but not necessarily a richer moral life. True that. Wise words right there. I don't have a lot of money, um, but I do have, ways of pursuing happiness. You can be happy with. I like simplicity. Like I'm in a lot of ways, I'm a minimalist. Like I can keep all my stuff is in. It could be in a suitcase, and I could be anywhere in the fucking world that I want to be. Uh, you know, I'm not tied down to anything, which I appreciate. If you have an estate and a staff of people, then can't imagine that shit gets tedious and bothersome. The Yeah, she's collecting money. Is there a new PayPal pool? I bet there is. Yeah, you guys are all sitting around watching a lemon talk. I made this on the whatchamacallit. Here, let me show you guys this because it's the coolest shit ever. It's a new program. I don't know, actually I don't know how new it is, but they have a 3-month free membership. It's called Gemini, Google Gemini, and it's like an AI generator, but it does all kinds of shit. Let me show you. I've been meaning to show you and forgetting each time. So this is what it looks like. Pretty cool. And you basically just let's see. Gemini, please create me an image of a middle-aged balding man crying while wearing a bee costume. See, and then Gemini will do his thing. This is where I made the lemon avatar that you're looking at. It's a 3-month free trial, and then once it's up, I think it's $19.99 a month. So I don't know. It's so good. It's one of the better ones that I've come across. There we go. You get the idea. It makes incredible realistic images. And like all the other AI generators that I've come across have a real problem with hands. You know what I mean? Like you can see that looks like an actual hand. Well, Timmy's not even that good looking. So here, let me go back to StreamYard. Hey, Chronicles of the Shady, thanks for being here. Keep the community safe. She hasn't changed. Shady, I'm sure you have the same information that I have, and I'm still trying to sort through it to make sure I don't misspeak on anything. But it looks like what it looks like. What it looks like. Am I wrong? All right. This is the point where I'm going to take some. Let me know what you want me to put in the generator. What do you guys want to see from the AI? It's so fucking cool. And yes, please take a moment to hit the thumbs up if you haven't already. And if you're not a member or if you're not a subscriber, please consider subscribing. And of course, memberships are available. I appreciate all of you guys. If that be Tim, he's got the hands of nipple stiffolitis. Here, we'll do another one just because it's too fun. There you go. Gemini, please create an image of an overweight, middle-aged woman smoking a cigarette and crying while wearing a bee costume. Let's see what they'll come up with here. I wouldn't do that one. It says, I'm still learning how to generate certain kinds of images. So I might be able to create exactly what you're looking for. Also, I can't help with photorealistic images. Oh, they're pretty good anyways. All right. That may have that may have been too much. All right, let's try another one here. Gemini, please create an image of an overweight woman wearing a bee costume and smoking a cigarette. So this give you some idea. Oh, I went into my queue. Oops. And then you can also input actual images of people and then alter them from there, which is kind of cool. It says, I heard B Tim is a dead ringer for Beaker from the Muppets. Put some horny suit on Beaker. Yeah, it's not too far off. He does look a lot more, assuming the photos that I got are real, you just never know. He looks a lot like Steve Buscemi. I don't know. I got two people. The same person sent me two photographs, and they look like different dudes. And then I looked at them differently, and they're just there's a time gap. One is when he's a little bit younger, and one is more current. But yeah, he's listen. I'll just say he's not someone that's going to be uh, getting playing tough guy in real life with anybody ever. That's just a fact. It's fucking come on. Insanity Mom says QB is suing for attorney fees. Of course she is. Is she going to redistribute to her community? No, she ain't. She gets to keep that because her attorneys are already paid for by her followers. Yep. And if she has more than one attorney, she will also get their money. That's fucking crazy. Well, I think she's going to need all that money because she's got real legal troubles now. Like she has had her whole entire fucking life. I'm all about redemption. Trust me, I've been in trouble. I just never for any of the fucking shit that she's done, not even close. And I felt like shit every time I got into trouble. Like I felt, regretted that I did it and took steps to not, be like that ever again. But not her. She's just perpetually spewing toxicity into this world. Right. It's all good, sweetheart. It's just Irish. Oh, I stepped into a private conversation. So nobody wants me to generate any images for them. Body shaming is lazy. Well, what's lazier than sitting around on your fucking ass all day long just smoking blunt after blunt? That's the ultimate. That's the pinnacle of laziness. Anyways, the image that was created is pretty flattering. Anyways, I could put in there. Show me an ugly woman wearing a bee costume. That would be meaner. Gemini, please create an image of a woman that looks like a troll and she's throwing chicken nuggets. So I guess this uses Imagen 3 if you guys are familiar. I'm not too familiar, but like I said, what sets this AI generator for me apart is the hands. Like, you don't end up with 12 toes. Oh, there you go. Now let's see. That's a quite of they took a lot. They took a lot of liberty with that because what did I say? Show me an image of a woman that looks like a troll. Okay, okay. I guess that would be a troll. Um, there's the chicken nugget thrower. You see where I'm going though. You could just spend, you could say, and then you could just go back and say, well, it's bang. Please create another image, but make the new image way more. Nah, it's not the way I'm gonna say it. Let's see. Create another image similar, except make the woman more heavy set. I don't think that's body shaming, Cash. She's not thin. This is voices for the voices. Voices in my head. You get the idea. But you can also create scripts and all kinds of other cool shit on there. You point out the hand like no one else noticed it too. She will be absolutely rich. Well, I'm not sure if someone like that's ever going to be rich, to be honest. She might have a couple bucks, but that's closer. Look, chicken nuggies. Ah, you guys are welcome to screenshot any of this shit if you want to use it. Oh, shit, my chat is jumping all around. AI me, please. I can try. Let's see, how would I do that? All right, let's see. Read me an image of a British man sitting with his dogs and playing guitar. See what they come up with. See if they pull you out of the algo. Would be great if it just popped up a picture of Cash. Hey, Wendy, thanks for being here. Good to see you. Let's see. Is that you, Cash? I don't know. I don't know how you would make someone look British, but it says it has trouble with hyper realistic photos, but this is pretty fucking close, man. I mean, this is so much better than a lot of the generators that I've seen, like by far. I mean, look at those dogs. They usually never get the muscle structure. Of course, the hands, shoelaces. These are all things that are they always fucking can't get right. And this program really nails it. It's a little bit creepy, but kind of fucking awesome too. Let's see. What do you think about that, Cash? That woman is pretty. I know. Well, if I were to sit here and generate an image by saying, show me a fat, ugly person, you gotta be crucified. But there's ways to manipulate, the input and the output of the AI, which is cool. Hey, Nanny Sharon, thanks for being here. Good to see you. As we have Jim Cantor in Nashville, Tennessee, this snowstorm coming in, it can't be good. Jim Cantor, should I know who that is? I can Google it, I guess. I really don't know. Oh, he's a meteorologist. I gotcha. Oh, I have heard of that guy. Now that I see his face. Marlena says, generate SF in a green hoodie saving all of California. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on that, Marlene. I don't want to get involved in you guys know it's so difficult for me to like dance around the Sebastian Rogers case because I definitely have opinions, but I don't feel it's proper to discuss it, and props to everybody that's able to do it with grace and do it respectfully, but I just I don't think anybody's helping find the boy, and it's just all it's doing. And I've said all of this before. I'm repeating myself. You guys know what I'm saying. Um, I wish somebody would prove me wrong. Um, I really wish somebody would prove me wrong, and one of the YouTubers straight gold and find a missing child, and then I won't criticize them anymore. But guess what? They don't do that. Most of them, as we know, don't even leave their house. I mean, they didn't even cook dinner for their family, let alone leave the house to go look for a missing child. So, oh, I gotcha. I gotcha, Cash. Since you gave me permission, create an image of a crazy, not crazy, just one crazy. I'll just type it. I don't think you're middle aged though, are you? I'm guessing that. Oh, go, little buddy. Yeah, I've listened back to a couple of my live streams and I realize I jump all over the place. But I've got my phone here with messages coming in, and I got also that you guys chat a lot, which I very much appreciate. So I think you catch the vibe. Hey, Pearls, good to see you. Hope you're well. Tinner, can you use them on Streamlab on YouTube? The images that I'm creating? Oh, yeah, you definitely can. All you got to do is, sorry, I can't help with what? Sorry, I can't help with generating images of people. The fuck you can. You just did. All right, let's try this again. Create an image of a middle-aged British man who is going crazy. British Cash said going crazy. You can't be headed somewhere. You can't be headed somewhere that you already are. Let's see here. Come on. That was a weird response, though. They can't generate images of people. Since when? Almost everything I've generated was. See, now that looks like a British man. Doesn't look like a British voice would come out of that mug for sure. And then, of course, the lamppost and the hats. Do you wear suits, Cash? Ah, I didn't see your comment, but I'll go back and look once this is over. If I start going back into chat, I'm dead in the water. Yeah, it scares the shit out of me, to be honest. Well, it's scary. That's why. So it makes sense, man. You're not alone in that. Um, I mean, just imagine what we don't know is possible at this point. That's what freaks me out because the accessibility when it starts like mutating, I guess is the best word, and starting to create its own intelligence. That's what freaks me out. And when we start leaning on it to, you know, keep track of our power grid and our water and our resources, that's when I get worried. Because even if it's accurate, what happens if it glitches out? I don't think Cash is middle aged. Maybe. I don't know what middle age is exactly though. I never really understand that. Trash B image, I got you. My pleasure. I actually have some that this is where I made this one. Nerdy man in a bee costume. Little buddy. Well, what the hell happened? Oh, there we go. See, who was it? Someone asked me if you can use this in StreamYard. Yep, you just go right up here and then you can download it. Pretty slick. And then you can actually just sit here and have conversations. I was talking philosophy with it the other day. It didn't tell me anything I wasn't aware of, but still pretty cool. Man. Ah, am I wrong, or do you think this guy definitely has a British accent? Like that's why, like, I really think Gemini. And no, they're not paying me. I wish they were, but it's just a higher quality product. Oh, there we go. I can scroll down here. Let's see. Bee costume meltdown. Ah, I didn't realize it saved all my old stuff. Let's see what's this 3D text image. Oh, see, I've just got the yellow hoodie guy. I didn't like this one though. It looks, I don't know. Anyways, there's that. Make her take her clothes off. Come on, Cash. You're trying to get me, kind of trying to get my channel shut down. Speaking of which, I've been interacting with the gentleman who made the uh, one of the videos that I showed over the Christmas holiday, and he's not happy that I use his stuff. So I'm trying to work stuff out with him. Sorry, man. I had no idea it was going to be like that. Hey, Blackhawk, thanks for being here. Says, bro, want to hear my ID for the fires? Sure, let's hear it. So long as you don't blame space fucking lasers, man, because nobody's got time for that. Cash does show himself on his channel. Oh, I see. Now I'm at this spot. Okay. Can I be honest, Sinner? All these land searches, hundreds of people looking, and not one clue has been found. Can we use some common sense, true crime, and realize this young man left in a car somehow? Okay, oh, sorry. I don't get too mixed up in everything, but you're discussing Sebastian Rogers. I don't know. I mean, if the fucking investigators that are investigating the case and were the first authorities there don't know, how the fuck would I know? I mean, honestly, I have no idea. I have no clue. Um, for I'll here. This is the extent of what I'll say about Sebastian Rogers being missing. We want him to be found. I pray that the young man finds his way home. Uh, I've always been of the opinion that someone picked him up. Um, this whole theory that a lot of people are pushing around, maybe there was access to strangers through the gaming console. We all know that's possible. Um, but that also seems almost too obvious. So I don't want to theorize about it because I don't know. Um, I'm becoming increasingly frustrated with trying to get updates that are legitimate and not from some asshole YouTuber that is just doing it for money. But the authorities aren't giving any reports. Like And that bothers me quite a bit, as you can imagine. But I'd be remiss if I didn't say that I'm not related to the family. And it's not cold-hearted to say that there's nothing I could do about what's happening there in Tennessee. Nothing. I don't have lots of money to contribute for a search team. I don't have the ability to just jump in a plane and go and help and search. I mean, it's been almost a year. And it just seems like the YouTubers are just mixing it up into a fever pitch, a fever pitch. Um, yeah, I feel like it's none of my fucking business, and I'm not going to help find him because have no way to do that. And neither can the Hive, and neither can Granny's Watching, Jay for Justice. None of them. Not one fucking person that's been covering this case is helping the case. That's my point. I mean, some people are, you know, do it more respectfully, and some people are just complete pieces of shit. I'm not going to name all of them. We know who they are. Uh, it's just, can they just stop? Kitty took an early morning AM drive. My guess is important solving into what happened, Sebastian. Yeah, see, I'm not an investigator. That's the thing. Like, I mean, everyone needs to just take a breath, I think. I'm hearing people saying, well, if his parents don't want him, I'll take him. No, you fucking weirdo. You fucking weirdos. Stop attaching yourself to this family's private crisis. Like you're relevant. You're not fucking relevant, YouTubers. None of us are. SF is not relevant. He's not doing anything but hurting the case and dragging people. Same thing with, I mean, almost everyone who covers it. Now, I say almost everyone who covers it because there are some that do it better than others, you know. And, you know, some people, like, let's say, for instance, Joneson, she was covering it. And when she started covering it, it was fucking wild. And I was side eyeing her. She knows I have no problem being honest about stuff like this. But she took corrective measures when she realized that she was crossing the line. It's too easy to get caught swept up in this bullshit. I mean, you just you have to do your best not to become part of the problem. If you're not part of the solution, then you're usually part of the problem. Just go outside. Everyone go spend time with their own families and stop obsessing. When you start fantasizing about a missing child coming home to live with you and you're just a stranger watching Queen Bee on the internet, then your fucking brain is misfiring and you need to go get some psychiatric help. It's really that safe. I mean, really that simple. I was reading this comment. That's why I said safe. AI cannot be copyrighted. It's safe to use anywhere. Yes. Although I've heard some people that have created songs in Suno are getting copyright strikes. So I don't know. Citizen Sleuth says, I feel like a lot of British people have very narrow mouths. Like their teeth are very distinctive. It's a British thing, in my opinion. Yeah, I think that's a stereotype too. But I mean, I don't know. Cash can probably tell you better. I've never been to London, but I've been to Guernsey. It's one of the British Channel Islands. Um, and everyone there pretty much could have been in America for all I know until they spoke. I understand, and it's a legitimate concern to be worried about AI cash for sure. Technology scares me. Society become lost 2 decades ago. I agree with that too. I mean, what would all of us be doing if there was no YouTube? If we didn't have smartphones and we didn't have laptops and Apple products and smart watches and smart refrigerators, legit question, what would we be doing right now? We would be spending time with our friends and family right now instead of sitting here listening to some asshole with a lemon face give his an opinion. I mean, we have to find a balance. We have to find a balance. Some of these people have no balance. If you're online, if you got a whole ass family to take care of and you're online for 14 hours a day, here, I'll pose it as a question. Do you think it's my stomach growled? Is it possible to spend 14 hours a day live on the internet and still take care of your your other responsibilities in life. I can't imagine. I've been on here for almost 2 hours and I'm reaching my end. So I don't understand. I don't understand. Cash said, just for what can go into a war zone and comfortably and comfort a grieving family. Boy. Bree says, I believe he was Lord. I'm questioning if he snuck outside to play flashlight tag with neighbors. Construction. See, I don't know. I'm not gonna. I can't. Obviously, a lot of you have been following this case a lot closer than me. Um, what I do know to be a fact, there have been no updates for a very long time. So we have a bunch of conjecture. We have a bunch of, in my opinion, and allegedly going on. And I hate that shit. I hate when people start talking like that. Um, YouTube is an a-hole. Thanks for being here. The meeting a predator online while gaming does happen, though, unfortunately, more frequently than we all know. It really does. I mean, and like prowlers out there, they probably depend on that. I don't game. I don't have a console. I mean, I'll play a game on my phone, but that's not quite what gaming is. Uh, I know. I mean, even Roblox and Minecraft. There are ways. We all know this. There are predators out there, and they can access our children and our families through becoming a buddy, and gaming with, and that's fucking terrifying to me. And that's seems the most likely thing. But I even heard some tragedy pimps say, and here I am talking about some shit I didn't want to talk about. But if that was true, then the authorities know that. No, did the authorities tell the parents? Who knows? Are they telling us? Obviously not. So that's the only thing that makes me think that maybe that's not what occurred. Because if that was true, they would have at least a couple of days of communication that they can recall, right? I mean, for now at this point, they're not showing anything. Let's see. Excuse me 1 second. All right. But yeah, I don't want to make this stream about that because that's really not my thing. And please be respectful to all of Sebastian's family in my chat. I don't play that sides shit. I'm not doing any of that. Uh, I think there's more questions than answers, but there are no updates. And all we could do is hope and pray. If you pray, do so. But you sick fucks out there that are sitting there fantasizing that this missing child is going to be your boy and you love him more than his family does. Listen, fuck you. There's something wrong with your brain. Um, or there's something wrong with your heart. Actually, it's not even your brain. If you think that you can love a child more than his parents do, and you're like, oh, I'll take him if nobody else wants him. That is fucking sick. How about you don't do that? How about you never say anything out like that out loud? Like, because that is just the creepiest shit in the world. We the viewers care the most, and most of the creators take advantage of that. I know it. Well, here's the trick. I know that a lot of you guys care. In my chat, I know I see you guys over there in the debates and with the green hearts and all of that. I know that people actually do care. But how is sending money to a piece of shit YouTuber that's talking about people's dicks and when people were married and digging all the way back until where people were 30 years ago, 25 years ago? How is that helping the case? Like, here's how this is solved. Stop funding the tragedy pimps with your hard-earned money. Just don't send them any money. If you don't send them any money when they're covering bullshit like they do, then they're going to have to switch up what they cover. See, for me, I'm not in it for cash. I love money. And no, I'm not talking about you, Cash. I love money too, but I don't worship it, you know. And when someone sends me a cash app, I'm grateful for it. I don't just like I don't I don't get that like look on your face like you're at a casino like Queen Bee does, like, thanks for the love, baby. No, it's not what love is. If you're contributing to a channel that's tragedy pimping financially, you're not helping the case. All you're doing is emboldening the creator that's doing the shit. I mean, I'm repeating myself now, but you know what I mean? SG says I can't handle listening to the case at all, and I'll And all alleged theories, please stop. Yes. Let's move on from that because none of us are detectives. And please subscribe to Cash. It is just awful. We can all agree on that. And let's stop blaming family members, you know. No, it wasn't a strike. I'm good. They contacted me. So I'd be reading a lot more. Yeah, I need to get back to the books too. I did read quite a bit over the holidays when I wasn't feeling well. And see, it blows my mind how it's okay to dig into all these family CPS reports, etc., but we're outraged over one FOIA. I mean, thanks for noticing that, Curious, because they're trying to set up rules and then, not following them themselves. And I don't fucking play that shit. No way. No way. I'll have an all-out FOIA war with these motherfuckers if I have to. I don't care. And that's not going real life. It's public information. Go in real life is whenever you say someone's full name, their address, and show a photo of their home, and then talk about where their place of employment. That's a full 100 fucking percent dox, maliciously done on a live stream just because why? Why would someone do that? Because they're a punk. Because they're a turd. People can sit there and do all that, but then I talk about bitch ass B Tim's photo and people get an uproar. He said he was going to dox me. Fuck you, B Tim. Nobody's interested that much in doxing you. I just want to see what your little weasel ass face looks like, and I think I know now. Punk bitch. I like how you talk about me, how my paintings are terrible. Hey, why don't you go on your YouTube channel, spark up a live stream there, bitch ass B Tim. Do that first, and then whenever you finally get into that live, go ahead and show the world anything that you've ever produced, other than some bullshit rhetoric. What have you? I mean, working out, cramps in Rebecca's feet over there as you rub her feet. That's not producing anything. So even if you do hate my art, at least I've produced something. All you've produced is what? Fucking tears on your pillow. That's what. Yeah, everybody go sub up to Cash. Sub up to everybody. Make sure you sub up to DJ Electra. She's really cool. And she's in Cali too. I don't know where she is. Hopefully she's safe from the fires. Annie Sharon says, well, my neighbor just called and we do not have water. Oh, damn. I don't know if it's frozen. I meant to fill up the bathtub and forgot. Shoot. It's a bummer. I know I visited my sister was last winter. I give up too much of myself or else I'll get doxxed again. But I went to visit my sister and she has an old house that she purchased at a decent price. It's a nice place. It's just old. The pipes are old. And the basement's like cold. So what she did, I don't know if this will help anybody out there, but what she did was got went to the dollar store and got a bunch of like cheap electric blankets and heating pads. Basically just has them laid over the pipes in the basement so it prohibits them from freezing. Works really well. Here. Yeah, Blackhawk, I appreciate your tenacity and your care for the case, but I don't cover the case over here. I'm only talking about it because it's part of the bigger scene here on YouTube. And it's not even specific to Sebastian Rogers' case. They do it to every case that they can. Any case that they can make some money off of. My concern is, and this is pretty far out there, I admit it, but my concern is eventually a YouTuber is going to create a situation in real life that they can financially capitalize from in the future because people are fucking sick. You know what I mean? People are crazy. So I honestly do think eventually that may come to fruition, which is really freaks me out. I mean, it really does. And then you got people like Clue and Cletus down there to just, what's the word I want to use for them? Assholes. They're just assholes. The way she sits around and talks about people, she talks about people's looks. I mean, have you ever looked at her? Like, Jesus Christ, man. I don't know. All right, let's keep it moving. Hey, Ryan, thanks for being here. FOIA Palooza. Yeah. Well, she said, Becky yelled at me a couple weeks ago. I'll fucking FOIA everything on everything. Go ahead, bitch. I go ahead. FOIA everything. I give no shits. At this point, you exposed everything that you thought I was trying to hide, you asshole. When in reality, I wasn't hiding anything from anyone. Anyone who I'm friends with already knows who I am. Anybody who asks, I'm an open book. But no, you had to take it a step further and start making shit up and exaggerating and all the other stuff. Meanwhile, you're stalking and harassing people and you got to go to court for it on January 23rd, 2025. Riddle me this. Guess who's not going to court on the 23rd? Me. Guess who's not stalking people in real life and all this other weird shit that you're doing, Rebecca? Me. I mean, like I said months ago, I've already won this argument. You just haven't realized it yet. And I hear you, SG. I hear you. I never intended on talking about it that much to begin with. Why the FOIA was done was important to them, not nefarious in my opinion. No, well, here's the thing. All I wanted, and I actually didn't even FOIA that information. That's out of the bag. I'm not going to tell you who sent it to me because it's none of your damn business. But um, I didn't FOIA that. It came to me, and I was like, oh, what is this? Oh, this is Buzzy the Bee threatening to beat somebody up. That's what it was. She had to drag her poor family into it and say I was doxing nobody. Actually, not only did I not dox anybody in her family, but I didn't even dox her when I showed that. I, you know, I redacted all the information. The fucking report, whenever it came to me, anybody's name was already redacted except for the victim and the perpetrator. The victim or the perpetrator being Queen Bee. So of course he's like, oh shit, how did he get his hands on that? In the pickup B Tim, is he wearing a pocket protector? No, I'm sure he's got a stash of those though. And yeah, I just called the water department. They have a water leak and working on. Okay, well that's better than frozen pipes. Black Hawk is a troll. All right, well, who I have? Um, sorry, bud, you're messing it up here. Let's see. All right. All right. Yeah, yeah, it's hard to tell who's a troll and who's not, but if if you're gonna come in here and upset SG, I'm not fucking having that whatsoever. Never gonna happen. Sorry, SG. And you're right. I can't sit here and criticize other people um for attaching themselves to the case and talking about it when I do it myself. So we'll leave that there. We can all agree that the best thing to do is to pray. You're not helping if you're just sitting up here theorizing because you don't fucking know. You're not a detective. You're not an investigator. You're not a family member. So, I mean, for lack of better words, mind your own fucking business and stop making money. Like I saw grannies watching freaking out about people making money. How much money have you made, you asshole? Do you even have a lawyer, granny, or is that just like is that all? What is that? Actually, don't even respond because I don't give a fuck. Just stop pimping tragedies. That's all. My daughter is an orthodontist assistant. Right on. Knox County Quarterly Pop. Knox County court records are public. Yeah, I know. That's how I found the stuff. I mean, if you're looking for information on updates of the case between QB and BHB, it all comes up. All the stuff that I'm talking about comes up. So it's not like I'm not presenting the Holy Grail to you guys. It's just public information that's available to all of you. She does have to piggyback off of others. Still, I've never seen the Hive do. I've never seen that channel owner at the Hive do a live stream without 30 people on panel. Of course, that's an exaggeration, but you know what I'm saying. Be real. You got to take Cash with a grain of salt. He's got a different way of communicating sometimes. I think until the laws are enforced about criminal cases, this will never stop. Yeah. I mean, I wish I knew how to set up a poll. I would set up a poll right now. How many of you think, and I'll be completely honest, like I guess you put a one in the chat if you think YouTubers ever help a missing child case. Or could you state an example of a channel that's actually helped find a missing child? Beth, thanks for being here. Did you hear her live stream yesterday at the 7 hour mark? No, I didn't. What I miss? See, I don't want to review her because I don't want to get into this debate and this theorizing about a missing child. And you can't review her without doing that. And that sucks. Pearl, oh, you think you maybe did I word it correctly? Pearl's Opinions Tribe thinks that YouTubers are helpful. Well, that's interesting. Let's see. Blue, white, and butane help find Gabby. Oh, really? Oh yeah. But they weren't tragedy pimps. You're right though. I forgot about that. They were the van lifer couple that drove by and saw the door open. I do remember that now. That's true. And good for them for taking the time to actually call the authorities. They could have just kept cruising by. I forgot all about that. But they didn't, correct me if I'm wrong, they didn't have a YouTube channel that was specifically about missing people or anything, right? They were just doing a van life stuff. And then that went down, right? I do remember that now, BK. That's right. Thanks for reminding me. So yeah, well, but that could have been any person that drove by. Or were they looking for them? Fuck, it's been so long, I don't remember. Was that couple out there looking for Gabby Petito, or did they just happen by them? Because the way I remember it, of course I could be wrong, is that they just happened by it and then saw the door open and found it suspicious, which is amazing. Like most people would just keep going. It sucks. Give me 1 second, guys. I gotta see what's going on up front here. Let me see if we can find something to play while I do that. Shoot, I don't have much. I'll play this. I'll be right back.
I do find myself coming back to this quote by George Bernard Shaw. Let me see if I can remember it. He says, "This is the true joy in life, the being used for a purpose considered by yourself as mighty, the being a force of nature instead of a feverish, selfish little clod of ailments and grievances, complaining that the world will not devote itself to making you happy. I am of the opinion that my life belongs to the whole community, and while I live, it is my privilege to do for it whatever I can. I want to be thoroughly used up when I die, for the harder I work, the more I live. I rejoice in life for its own sake. Life is no brief candle to me. It's a sort of splendid torch that I've got hold of for the moment, and I want to make it burn as brightly as possible before handing it on to future generations."
Okay, I'm back. Sorry about that, guys. The neighbor's cat sometimes comes and claws at the fucking screen door out front. Maybe it's because I give him snacks. I probably should do that. Sorry, Emmy. Let's see. Vkeeser says, I think it was happenstance. Yeah, that's how I remember it too. Yeah, they were looking for a spot to camp. Wow, that's crazy. So they were familiar with the case, but they weren't so much looking for them. Like Marie says, they noticed the Florida plates. But okay, how about I'm not talking, see, that was a very specific case, and now maybe I seem foolish for asking that question, but they were in no way tragedy pimps before that. That could have been any couple out there. That had almost nothing to do with YouTube. I'm talking about, the granny's watching you know, the tragedy pimps. Like, have any of them ever helped anyone except for themselves? I mean, shit, some of them don't even help themselves. Just happened and remembered they were videoing around and they went back to the footage and to see and saw the white van. That is crazy. Good for them. I wonder if they got any kind of reward for that. And hopefully, you know, see, now I feel like I'm going to go to their page and they're going to be tragedy pimps now, but for some reason I doubt it. I remember the interview with the couple, they seem sweet. See, perhaps there are a couple of cold cases solved over the internet, not just YouTube, but no. Saul Krama if moved from reporting. Look, if these people actually were helping find missing people, I would have nothing to say. I would actually support it, but they don't. They're trying to. They should be out there looking for their missing dignity. That's what they should be doing. Process. Have you signed up and paid for StreamYard? I can't get mine right. No, I haven't. I haven't paid for it. I paid for Restream, which I like, but I don't know. I haven't decided on which one I'm going to stick with yet. And sorry I haven't gotten back with you. To be quite frank, Pearl, I didn't know if you still liked me. I saw some of the places you were hanging out. I just assumed that you didn't like me anymore. So that's why I haven't gotten back with you. But if you still need any help, I'd love to help you. See, don't fuck with cats. Falsely accuses a man, and he offed himself. Yeah, I know. Well, look what happened with the Olympic bombing years ago in Atlanta. That they blamed that poor guy and ruined his whole life. It wasn't even him. Hey, Tanya Wampler, thanks for being here. The band looked like theirs, so they took interest in it. That makes perfect sense. Geez, that feels like a decade ago. Let's see here. I did some searching for baby Joe Clyde Daniels from Dixon, Tennessee. He was a nonverbal autistic boy. 5 years went missing April of 2018, never found. Father charged with, oh man. Yeah, there have been two cases in the last month within walking distance of the house that I'm at here. And I don't feel comfortable talking about either one of them. They both involve the death of a child at the hands of their parents, and they're both some of the most deprived stories I've ever heard in my life. It's so fucked up. Like my instinct though was like, I should walk over there and see. And then I was like, what are you even thinking? Why would you want to go over there and look at what the house looks like? But it's more curiosity than anything. Of course, I didn't because I would never do that. But this world is scary, and parents need to start. I'm in no position to talk about what parents should do. It's none of my business what they do. I just hope they take better care and be better role models. That's all. I mean, if you need help, if you're a parent out there and you're in distress and you're just get help. I mean, it sounds easier said than done, but there are plenty of people out there that want to help you. Gabby's how I realized you two had live streams. Oh yeah, I think that's right around the time that I fell into this community as well. Actually, it was Ick and Mel's community. I was there for a year, and down the rabbit hole news. Pookie says I searched for my best friend, but that was before the internet. I've never searched for anyone other than my like being with family. My baby sister like wandered away in the park once, and we panicked, but we found her. She was just wandering around. So it happens, you know. The case weighed heavy on me. No one knows what really happened. Oh damn! I never even heard about that. Oh, good, Pearl. I mean, I didn't mean to. I guess I shouldn't have talked about it right here live, but I just got worried. I was like, oh man, but that's glad to hear. Summer Wells brought me to YouTube. Man, I didn't follow that case at all for a lot of reasons. Um, I felt the same way I do about current cases. Like all I could do is pray and hope for the best. But I should never know what color underwear what people eat or are eating for dinner and what kind of shoes they have. I don't give a fuck. None of that is my business. People just take it too far. I have to admit there are many I don't like and will not sign up with them. Never mad except for the Eins. I don't know. Good. Good. It's good to hear. I hope you know where I'm coming from because you know, hey, Truth Seekers here. Welcome in. Glad you're here. I won't be on for much longer. I'm already over 2 hours. Oh, you're from Summer's hometown. Well, of course you would be interested in that. Man. So you had to deal with all the fucking idiots coming down there and causing a circus. I'm sorry for that. Um, I would ask you what you thought. I would ask you what you think what happened, what you think happened, but I don't want that here. The last thing I want the last thing in the world I want are a bunch of obsessed Summer Wells fanatics coming in here and getting weird. Like, um, I don't know the case well enough. I do see parallels to current cases, though. Doing pretty good, Truth Seeker. I hope you're well. Seems the chat's a mixed bag. Those of us out here in California are sitting in a smoky pit. Everyone else seems to be in the snow. Oh my God. Let's see. Pearl says, I have trimmers and I can't type. I have trimmers and can't type on them. So I thought I would set up a channel and just talk. You have been nothing but nice to me. Oh, good. Yeah. No, again, I have no ill will. It's just, I spent enough time on the internet that I saw you in places that I was like, oh no, because you seem like such a sweet person. I don't want to see you get taken advantage of by people that have bad intentions. And the fact is people are so fucked up around here that they'll see that we were being pleasant and emailing each other and I was going to help you make videos, and what they'll do is they'll try to co-opt you, pull you over to their side and start telling you all kinds of untrue things about me. And I don't want you to get caught in the middle of something like that, because you do very much seem like a sweet, sincere person to me. So these fires are bad. They are. Be thankful you're far away, Truth Seeker. It's gnarly. So there's lots of missing in Milwaukee. I've searched, but a few I follow Ellie's instructions. Yeah, that's all you do. Like I said, if there was missing a missing person case here anywhere near where I am at any time and I've got free time, you bet your biscuits I'll go out there and search. I think I'd be useful searching. I can hike for miles. I got pretty good vision. I got common sense. But I just haven't had that occurrence. I haven't been around anywhere where searchers were in need. Yes, I'm seeing deleted comments now. Please be nice to each other here. Like, if you, like, I guess it's impossible to make people do that, but I looked at Lauren S., college student in Bloomington, Illinois. Looked for Lauren S., college student in Bloomington, Illinois. I prayed I wouldn't find her and wanted to at the same time. Yeah, that's Yeah, yeah, that makes perfect sense, Tanya. Like you're out there searching and you want them to be found, but you don't want to be the one that finds them. But what Tanya, what you just said there was demonstrates like common sense and sensibility. Some of these fucking people out here, they are bone hunters. Like they go out specifically hoping that they find something terrible so they can be the ones, and that's nuts. Um, Although that sweet couple, I don't know their name, but the sweet couple that found that sniper that was shooting above the freeway, they were hiking for days and finally found, and they were on a live stream whenever they found that man. But I think they handled it very respectfully. Yeah, the mods are good. Pearl says, "F them, sweetheart. I haven't always created my own opinions. If I'm a friend, no one can change my mind. I'm a lone wolf." Amen. I'm glad to hear that. You got to know where I'm coming from too. I'm sure you understand. Uh, Loyalty is a really tricky thing around here, and I'm not urging anyone to be loyal to me in any way, but like I've been loyal to people and got the short end of the stick. So the unfortunate result of that is being more protected and like closing up a little more instead of opening up. But I do very much appreciate you. I missed a comment. Here we go. Yvette says, "Red flag in San Diego tomorrow as well. Got to call my dad in a bit. Wildfires are scary." Oh, wow. Be careful. I'm guessing you're down there. Marlene is down there too. I was stationed in Oceanside. I've got nothing but love for San Diego area. I would skateboard at the like the little amphitheater and the pier in Oceanside for hours at a time. You got to keep in mind, I was just 18 when I arrived to Camp Pendleton, maybe 19, just before my no, just after my 19th birthday, and like I'm down there skateboarding, and I'm running into skateboarders that I see in fucking magazines. My whole mind was blown. That's why like I've a different kind of love for California that I don't think people understand. Like um it's just as great as it is shitty. It just depends on what you make of the circumstances. Well, it says that is for the strong to search and more than some should see. Definitely. Well, I know in a lot of cases, like the authorities don't want the parents to be searching for obvious reasons. You know what I mean? So, like, Packers Eagles wild card this weekend. I know my Steelers are playing Baltimore Saturday night. Ugh, I hate Baltimore. Not the city, the team. They're a nemesis of ours, and they kicked our ass the last time we played just a week, 2 weeks ago. But let's go Steelers. My neighbor wasn't missing, but nobody my neighbor wasn't missing, but nobody could reach her. Myself and another woman found her 10 days after. Oh my goodness. Um, I had a family member that I found deceased, and it was one of the most disturbing things ever. I'm scarred for life. Um, but it wasn't like a missing person mystery. It was chronic depression. So I totally get it. Already getting smack for some waiting for me to start my channel. I'll be fine. I'm strong. People's opinions have never bothered me. It's great to hear. And like I said, I get impressions from people, and you've always seemed like such a sweetheart. But I did see you around and on panels with people, and I was just like, oh no, I think she's better than that. Like, I don't want to see you get tainted by scumbags because you seem like a genuinely good person. If Emmy thinks you're a good lemon, I trust her. Well, depends on what day it is. I think some days she gets fed up with me too, but um, she's definitely been nothing but great to me. Esther says, "My kids are in Central Cali. They smell smoke, but now they and Mariposa and Yosemite in-laws. Oh boy. Oh yeah, I have to look at the Yosemite fire. See if I can just pull it up. Like it's 25% contained and it's burned 400. Here, let me share this with you guys. 455 acres, which is relatively small in comparison to the other ones that have been. And I don't know the density of the structures in Yosemite. I've only been out there once and I was in the middle of nowhere. Alerts in effect. Fire news has moved. Well, maybe I could find a better way to see. You'd think that they would just have the information right up there. Like the title here gave me more information than the damn website. Located at Le Leamite Creek Trail from north rim of Valley to Tioga Road. The fire is currently 455 acres and 25% containment. That's almost nothing. And I always get so weary of the containment numbers. Oh, damn. Wow, wow, wow. I had no idea. I've been so focused on California that I haven't really been. I know there's a big one outside of Austin, Texas, too, that I just learned about. What I find fascinating are the smoke maps. I don't know if you've ever seen that. Pearl says, Sinner, I have watched 45 past. It's hard. Yeah, I can imagine. Or see, I don't know where I am in chat. Are you talking about because I didn't think there were any that many losses in the fires, but maybe we're talking about just in general. Oh yeah, Ravens. Well, here's the thing. We always beat them, but the last game they kicked us. They kicked our ass pretty good. Chargers here. Oh yeah, well Yvette, what are they gonna do about that Chargers game? I heard they might postpone it or they might move it to Vegas. That's kind of interesting. Which it sucks for any team that has to move to a different city to play a game or postpone it because these guys are in such a strict regimen. Their recovery, their training, and the way they prepare their bodies for each game is like you change their routine by 1 hour and it really messes things up. So if they have to go all the way to Vegas to play a game, that sucks. I completely stopped watching when the Chargers left San Diego. I still call them the San Diego Chargers, and it's what do you think, Marlena? Is there any word about San Diego getting another team, or they're just going to leave it there? I mean, I could not imagine what would happen if my Steelers left Pittsburgh. I would just there would be a riot. Nobody would allow that to happen. Let's see if we can find. Andy Sharon, I was born a cheesehead and will die a cheesehead. Amen. Now, Packers fans are serious. They're just as serious as Steelers fans are. Chronicles of the Shady has been posting updates on her community page about the fires as well. I started putting stuff together at the post, and then it's changing so quickly that I felt like would have to keep updating. And there's some crazy. Oh, no, you cannot use my location. There's some really crazy filmographers out there. What is it? Fire Photo Girl. Have you heard of her? She's doing some great work. It looks dangerous. What is SoapHub? Like, I'm just trying to find some news on the fires. Let's see. Here, this one's from. No, I am not going to pay for your website. Let's see. Wow, these commercials are aggressive. Now I see the shit that Emmy has to go through when she tries to read an article. So we got the Kenneth Fire began in the neighborhood of the West Hills and spread 50 acres, triggering evacuation in order for residents in Hidden Hills. Let me share this. This is I'm reading a Forbes magazine article, so I can't tell you for sure. I mean, I've never read Forbes magazine in my life, so I don't know. But I've heard the name, so hopefully they're reputable. Kenneth Fire, Thursday, 3:16 p.m. That's an hour ago, a little over an hour ago. The Kenneth Fire began in the neighborhood west of West Hills. Let's see. It spread 50 acres, triggering evacuation orders and sub-residents in Hidden Village community. Thursday at 3 p.m. So we're working backwards here. Death toll. The death toll from the fires has reached 6, according to multiple outlets. The city of Malibu reporting its first death of a resident killed in Pacific Palisades. Damn, I was thinking about that. Just the stress. Anyone with a heart condition, anyone with asthma, sitting in all that smoke. Thursday at 1:55, Biden said the federal government will pay the full cost of disaster response for 180 days, covering cost of things like debris and hazard removal, temporary shelter, first responders, salary, and necessary measures to protect life and property. The federal funding initially covered 75% of eligible firefighting cost. Well, the federal government said they're giving the money, so hopefully they give the money. Let's see, Los Angeles Mayor Karen Bass. I'm gonna keep my opinions to myself on that one. Let's see. Karen Bass said that the Sunset Fire in Hollywood Hills was fully contained after the fire began Wednesday evening and spread 43 acres. And I witnessed that myself on that AXN channel. He was right there at the entrance of that park. The fact of the matter is they didn't do much to fight it. The wind died down and really allowed them to get in there. What I was most impressed by were what they call the hotshot teams, like 18, 19, 20-year-old kids, guys and girls, like with full gear. They're the ones that go in and dig the fire lines. Like that's the most strenuous work. Like I mean, honestly, that's why they hire them so young, is because, the energy that they have. Someone over 35 just simply can't do that job effectively because you get worn out too quickly. Imagine just, riding on a treadmill or a stationary bike full speed. That's basically what it is. Los Angeles, let's see, Thursday, 11. So that's today at 11:27 a.m. Los Angeles Unified School District announced its schools and offices will remain closed through Friday. Adding students will continue to have access to digital academic resources, meal distribution, and mental health support services. Well, that's good. So what do they have, bag lunches for pickup or something like that, I'm guessing? All right, sorry, I realize I'm neglecting the chat. Let me get back in here. Sorry, it's not easy for me to multitask this way. Like, I don't want to get into others' conversations. Oh, I didn't think about them moving the game. Oh yeah, Nanny, I saw that on ESPN. More thumbs up, 200. Oh, thanks, Marie. Hook your boy up. Hit the thumbs up. You missed a lot. That's mostly the same shit, except for the fires. I mean, it seems to be the biggest story, at least for me out here in Cali. It's like, and I'm not in any physical danger. I'm far away from the fires, but what I'm trying to express to you is that just the vibe here is just off. Like talking to the neighbors, you know, going out and getting some food. Everyone's just sort of like on edge a little bit. And you got millions of people on edge. That could be more dangerous than a disaster. So it's a disaster of its own, in my opinion. Oh, cool. It's another Steeler fan. Awesome. I would love to see San Diego get another team, Marlena. That'd be awesome. Let's see. Natty says, just read the Vikings Rams move to Arizona. Oh, yeah. There you go. Okay, maybe that was the game I was talking. Well, no, the wild card is even sooner, so I wonder what they're going to do. My best friend's cousin was killed by Ray Lewis, who played for the. Oh, shit, I'm familiar with that case. I'm so sorry for your loss. That's terrible. And he absolutely is a murderer. And it's amazing that people just still worship him because he's a good ball player. Tanya says they have a lot of helicopters working now. Sounded like progress being made. Awesome. Big fan of progress. The video of the guys trapped with his dogs. I didn't see that, Pookie, but I was listening to I was going back and forth between AXN and Agenda Free TV, Steve Lookner. If you're not familiar with Steve, do yourself a favor. He's a quirky dude, fucking awesome, does great work. I get annoyed with him sometimes because he's got information that he can't share on screen because he respects other people's copyright and other people's work so much. But it gets to the point where it's like, come on, man, show us something. But he does eventually. Um, but I think he's great. In the long run, it's going to work out for him playing by the rules that way instead of just like cash grabbing like so many other channels do. But what the reason I said that is like I heard he was playing scanner stuff, and I heard a 91-year-old man called the authorities for a rescue. He was disoriented. His caretaker abandoned him. Like that person should go directly to hell, no pass go. But thankfully, that's why I couldn't sleep because I had to hear this out, and thankfully he was rescued. But thanks for wasting resources there, caretaker. Like you couldn't take the guy with you and take him to safety. Fucking asshole. FG says the fire is horrific and the people who lost everything awful. The first responders amazing. I know. I know. I was talking to Emmy and I was just like, we really gotta well, what they have to do the other night, I was saying what they have to do now is with these shift changes, they have to make sure that everyone's rested because it's not just physically straining, but it's mentally straining too. Because these people fighting these fires when it first broke out, they're locals. So this is their place that's burning. It's their own community that's burning. So they're worried about their friends, they're worried about their families, and they're fucking fighting fires and all along the way. So I mean, when you hear their stories about firefighters themselves losing their homes while they're out fighting fires due to a fire, it's just like, fuck, man, how do you win? Hey, thanks, Nanny Sharon. Vikings Rams moved to Arizona. Good to know. I would rather go to Arizona for a game than Vegas. Vegas is just bad luck. But thank you so much for the super chat. I very much appreciate you. Let's see what I got.
Thank you.
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 Appreciate it. Appreciate it. Let me get back into chat. I don't know if Emmy abandoned the situation. I don't see her anymore. Let's see. Esther says, yeah, what's going on with Pearl? When I meet someone, I give them 50% respect. It's up to them if it goes up or down. Well, you're a better person than me. 50%'s little. Well, in real life, when I meet somebody, I give them that grace. But online, it's so difficult for me to do that nowadays because I just like I've seen the bad side of people so much on YouTube that it freaks me out. No, be real. I don't think I haven't smelled any smoke. I actually went for a long walk yesterday or last night, and I didn't. The sky's kind of looking funky, like it's like the sun's going down now, and it's like purple, which is odd. It's usually like orange, gold, but I'm not sure if that's affecting anything. I looked at the smoke maps. It looks like it's all pretty well south of me. Are you moving back home, son? I as soon as I can. My plans actually didn't work out. And I don't want to give exact dates, but I hope to be there soon. Like I said, the vibe in California is kind of bothering me. I'd rather be in the snow than have to worry about fire and earthquakes, to be honest. Like I was talking to Emmy watching the fires, and I'm just like, fuck, man, please don't let there be an earthquake. Please, please, please. James had a neighbor go get that guy. He's in the hospital. Are you mean the 91-year-old guy? But in any case, I'm glad he was rescued. Like, my brother went in without his mask to save another one of the firefighters. Wow. I saw there was one firefighter, lady that got CO, um, I don't know, poisoning, but I think she's doing okay too. Oh, let's see. I guess I could show some video. I just don't want to. Let's see here. Give me a sec. I honestly feel terrible showing people's homes on fire. It seems like I was so worried about the Getty Museum too. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Getty, but it holds some of the most priceless art in the world and wasn't far from the fire. In fact, the trees around the structures itself, they call it the Getty Villa, were on fire. There's a Manet painting in that museum. It's worth $62 million. You've probably seen the painting. It's like a woman with an umbrella. I don't want live streams. I just want to look at. Okay, this one is CBS 23 minutes ago. Show this. Crap. Sorry. Gotta share my screen. Of course, this is being used in fair use and also disseminating public information. So hopefully they don't bust my chops for it.
Mark, you have been looking at all of the maps and the information, the numbers and the air support. What are you learning right now?
Well, unfortunately, I have to report we are now dealing with a fourth fire. This is absolutely the last thing that we wanted to see during this major windstorm. The fact that 3 major brush fires are tying up so many fire agencies, they now have to deal with a fourth. It's called the Woodley Fire. It's burning in the Sepulveda Dam Recreation Center in the heart of the San Fernando Valley, right where the 101 and the 405 meet. I'm going to show you on my map. CAL FIRE, our state firefighting agency, already has.
Damn, see, I didn't even know about this one.
As an icon for it. It's right here, approximately 75 acres, reported just about 40 minutes ago. This is an area that is going to be a very difficult firefight. Basically, it is the Sepulveda Dam wildlife area. It's all vegetation.
I mean, shit, look how densely populated. This is Van Nuys. My goodness. Van Nuys, ironically, is where all the adult films were made in the 90s. They still had VHSs, but
right here, we don't have any fire footprint yet, and we don't know how many structures are threatened or not, but anyone on the 405 or the 101 is going to be able to see this fire. There is an incident update on the CAL FIRE website. It says the fire has grown approximately to 75 acres and is being driven by strong south winds. Incident Command reports that it poses a threat of crossing Burbank Boulevard. Crews are actively working to contain the fire and protect structures in the affected area. Now, coming back out to where Burbank Boulevard is. Let me show you on the map of what they are concerned about for this new fire. This is Burbank Boulevard as it passes here through. So we know that there is a threat that this fire is going to move down south through here and affect the area of Encino near the 101 and the 405. So they are actively working to fight that fire. Now, I did see on the Citizen app, there is a short clip here of what the fire looked like right when it broke out. You can see that's what the Sepulveda Dam recreation area kind of looks like. It's very dark. There's a lot of brush there. This is probably from...
I can't help but think that some of this are just like copycatters, just assholes out there starting fires. Like I said, there's so many people we know just from what we see every day in this world that mental illness is like an epidemic. We've got an epidemic here because we're not taking well enough care of each other. And some pent up person sitting in a bad situation in Los Angeles can see and capitalize on the situation to make a mark on something. And that shit terrifies me. Indeed, God bless them all. It's so sad and heartbreaking to see someone suffer. I agree. I had to turn it off the other night. I mean, I was going all the way down the rabbit hole. I never could play along with the conspiracies, especially when it's brand new. We have no idea what's happening. Oh no, it's safe. It survived. Every piece of art in the Getty survived. Thank God. I mean, of course, it's petty to be worried about a painting when people are losing their homes and stuff. But I hold special value in art and history. It's if we lose that, we lose some of ourselves.
Someone who was either on Burbank Boulevard or at the 405. So the wind really causing a problem for firefighters. And I want to say the other thing that the wind is causing is power outages. We are dealing with a massive number of power outages right now. Southern California Edison says they've had to turn the power off to 83,000 customers due to the public safety power shutoffs. This is the map. I've been showing it to you for the last 48 hours. All of these orange areas are
muted. Am I muted? That guy pulled a center and said, "Pup, pup, pup."
The warnings, but the black striped areas are places where the power has been turned off preventatively. It's basically across all of the counties of Southern California. You can see here, they're everywhere. They're everywhere in both the Inland Empire, Orange County, parts of Majeska Canyon, Silverado Canyon, Riverside, Temecula. All of these areas have power outages. This is where the power has been turned off purposely. There are also areas, approximately 54,000 people.
Yeah, so they turn the power off because when the winds get so high, they do controlled power outages in order to try to prohibit power lines from crashing to the ground and striking more brush fires. So, I mean, if you remember, that was a big point of contention in Lahaina.
People have their power turned off due to accidental problems, wind-related things. And then there's this. This is LADWP's power outage website. I personally have never seen anything like that before in my life. All of those orange dots are power outages that they have not even yet begun to repair. LADWP says each one of those orange circles, the big ones here that you see, that's between 500 and 2,500 customers without power. These purple and blue ones, the purple.
I don't know about you guys, but when the power goes out, it's not a great feeling. I mean, especially if it was in the city where you have millions of people freaking out all at the same time. It's almost like a movie set. And let's not forget, I mean, if we have to keep in our hearts and our minds that the Carolinas, the people in North Carolina and in the Appalachia region of this country are fucking still not recovered from the storms. Like, have we just forgotten about them? I mean, there's so many people in need of our help. The smallest amount of help, the greatest, whatever you can do. But instead, what are we doing? What are we doing? And I'm including myself in this because we could all be doing more. I get frustrated. I'm in California. I see this happening in LA and I want to go help, but what the hell am I going to do when I get there? Just be in the way, so it's, hopefully there'll be opportunities to, volunteer in the future or, at least share links. I know whenever the pandy happened and I was bartending at the time. So I lost my job right away. The city of Pittsburgh had an organization, a nonprofit that did fundraising, and specifically for service industry employees, because they were the first ones hit the hardest, and they actually helped a lot of us out financially. It was sort of like a grant type of situation, which was incredible. There must be something like that down in LA. I've been looking for it. As soon as I find it, I will make a community post if anybody wants to contribute. Like I said, they're not all just rich people. They can just go on vacation and come back and rebuild their house. I mean, there's plenty of people just like me and you that are in a real state of crisis right now. And again, please keep in mind that the Carolinas have not recovered from the hurricanes. It's like, what have we forgotten about these people? Like, who are we? What are we doing?
Purple ones are areas where crews are actively working to restore power. You can see 3 here in the valley. The blue ones, like over here in Woodland Hills and in Sherman Oaks, that's where crews are on their way. But all of the rest of these orange dots, these are places in the city of LA where the power is out and crews have not yet even been able to respond. That's how damaging this wind event is for the power system in Southern California. Then let's move on to the city of Glendale. They have several power outages in their area, including about 7,400 customers affected here. And also Pasadena, they have problems as well. If I'm going to
I love Pasadena. Although every time I've been out there, it's been 110 damn degrees. They have this beautiful bronze sculpture of Jackie Robinson, the baseball player, out in Pasadena. And also, if you like comedy the way I do, if you ever watch the show Parks and Recreation, the Pasadena City Hall is what they use as their city hall in that show.
I'm going to zoom out here. There are about 2,600 customers affected, including right here in the center of your screen, the Hastings Ranch area. That's where Amanda Starantino was. I'm sorry, the map is sort of not responding to me, but they've got 2,600 customers out as well due to high winds all across Southern California. So we're dealing with so many threats right now coming back out live here to me as people are waking up and possibly going to work. They may be waking up without their electricity on, and it could be hours even into the evening before it comes back because these repair crews are stretched so thin. That's it here from the desk.
Thanks, Buckaroo. So yeah, that's the state of affairs. Like, a lot of people are in a lot of trouble. Wait says, and the already overflow of the shelters, no room for these people. It's so sad. Well, there are a lot of temporary shelters being set up. And let me pull something else up I want to show you. AMAC posted something really cool to our community post that I was not aware of. It turns out that Airbnb has partnered with an organization. Let me see if I can find that here. I guess I can just go to AMAC. This is really cool. And if you are in Los Angeles and you are in need of help or a place to stay, a shelter, there are tons and tons of, I'm sorry I don't have the addresses and things like that. I should have gotten that ready, but I was busy today. But here, let me share this with you. This is really cool. So if any of my listeners or any family members of yours or friends are in need of shelter during this time, if they're evacuated, and there are tens of thousands of people evacuated here. Well, how do I go up? Here we go. Displaced Los Angeles Friends. LA 211 has paired up with Airbnb, and anyone who has been evacuated because of the Palisades fire or Altadena fire can stay in Airbnb for 1 week at no charge. And there's a number for you. Dial 211 or visit www.211la.org. So that's a great resource. And like I said, I'm digging to find out other resources, financial resources for people that have lost their jobs. All these restaurants that burned down, all those people, I know it because I did it for years. You live paycheck to paycheck, shift to shift. And if you miss 5 shifts in a row, you can find yourself in real trouble. So I always worry about the workers, the people that are actually out there, serving all of us daily. I think we should all hold all those people in higher esteem. Like, some countries have mandatory military service. I think the United States should have mandatory service industry service. I mean, you should have to work at a restaurant. You should have to serve people to see how terrible you get treated. And you might get better. You might be better to the people that serve you in the future. Then he says, I wonder if those people stuck in space have visual of the fires. It's a good question. I've seen some footage of airplanes, just civilian airplanes going over and people filming out of the window. Emmy sent me a couple of those, which are just startling. Let's see. I was a Hellraiser back in the day. Thank God my uncle was the mayor. I love to race. Oh man, I needed friends like you that were, uncle with related to the mayor. That's funny. Although I did get in trouble one time. Actually, one of the most recent times that I got into trouble, and I didn't know how I was going to get myself out of the predicament I got myself in for being a knucklehead. And it was actually I can't say who it was, but it was a local government official in the city of Pittsburgh that actually got me out of jail and co-signed for me. So it was and they didn't even know me at all. It was just because a friend of a friend of a friend, and they took a chance on me. And of course, I didn't let them down because any kind of help like that, you really got to take seriously and be grateful for. SG says, in my day, I loved ladies' night, free drinks all night at a different bar every night. It was great. Yeah, I used to serve. I served plenty of ladies out on ladies' night. Bars close at 3 a.m. Our bars close at 2. But in Pittsburgh, there's a couple. Like I was able to pick up a couple shifts there's like 3 different after hours places, and they basically close. They're open till 11, then they close, and then they reopen at 3 o'clock after all the other bars close. So people that want to keep partying, they go there. Man, there's so much money to be made there. And the way the workaround was you had to buy an annual membership, and it's a quote unquote club. So you're a member of the club, you can go there anytime you want. So they would open from 3 and they'd stay open until like 8 or 9 in the morning. It was just bizarre. Let's see. SG, I'm full of it sometimes. You would think I was on something. Nope, I'm naturally goofy and seriously clumsy. My kids tease me. I'm pretty goofy too, and I'm okay with that. Esther, there's way worse things to be than a little bit goofy, believe me. And he says, we would close the bar and go to the next town that stayed open until 3 a.m. That's funny. Yeah, I've definitely shut my fair amount of bars down, that's for sure. Last chance. We had one bar close at 4 a.m. I called it the last place to get Lucky Stop. That's funny. There's a bar in San Francisco called the End Up. Like the innuendo in that is hilarious. But not only was it a hormonally driven establishment, but it had a double entendre. The end up and like where you end up. Like it's they had matchbooks that said warm beer, cold women. Cole says I raised my vet and my Shelby and 69 SS. Oh damn. My uncle had 69 GTO. I have no wait. I have so many tickets. I love to street race. My uncle called me petty. As long as you were safe. I know there's a bunch of street takeovers and racers here in outside of Sacramento where I am. If I knew you, if I knew you, we would be painting the town pink. That's awesome. Never had to buy my own beer. Oh, you were one of those ladies, Nanny. I gotcha. I've bartended for that situation. All right, you guys, I'm going on 3 hours, so that's a lot longer than I expected, but I've been enjoying talking to you guys. Thanks again for Angela for being a member for 2 months. Lisa, thank you so much for gifting that membership. Didn't see who got it, but thank you very much. And please thank Lisa. Always great to see you, Lisa. And of course, Nanny with the $5 super chat. I appreciate you guys. Yeah, I'm not sure what else we could chat about, but I should jump off of here and not be a hypocrite and sit online all day just talking shit, right? He says, I didn't ask for the drinks. I bet. Pearl says, I'm 67 and still go off road in my Jeep and climbing. That's awesome. Both of my parents, or my dad and I'm not going to get into that. Two of my family members bought Jeeps and they became a Jeep family a couple of years ago. Unfortunately, they've sold them since, but there's lots of good climbing, hill climbs and stuff in PA where they are. Esther says, on a serious note, when I get to Cali in April, I'll try to get a hold of you and make sure you get your 3 dozen tamales. I'm in. I will travel. Just let me know. I love tamales, and there's nothing better than a homemade tamale. Yes, Pearl, and I'll be in touch. I'll email you. I'm glad we got that cleared up. And I just have to be honest. I was feeling a little uneasy with things. So what do we have to look forward to? My next live stream is membership badges, emojis for subscribers, and a new intro. And I also have something else planned, but I don't want to show everything just yet. Keep up the good fight out in the streets. Take care of each other. Keep all these people that are displaced by these fires, and still people in the Carolinas living in their tents. Do some research. If you got a couple of bucks to pitch in, send it to them. There's so many great charities that you can contribute to. They're trying to help these people. But if we've got men and women living in a tent months after the hurricane happened, and now we're just focused on the fires, it's only going to be a few days or who knows how long before the next event happens. Like we need to just stop. We need to stop just moving on to the next thing. We need to stop turning the page on people that need us. That's, if that makes sense. No, so don't feel I'm here, need friends. Well, we are your friends, bro. So we got your back. I hope then that didn't come across weird. I'm sure someone's gonna clip it and make some weird shit out of it, but no. I can't join or get gift memberships for some reason. Wonder why. I have never gotten a gift membership, and everyone's like, "Oh, you got to turn on your memberships." I can't fucking figure that out. I've tried so hard, like I can't get it right, which is fine. I'm only members to a handful of channels. I'm not the wealthiest man, so that shit adds up quick. So sometimes I got to pick and choose, and then it's whatever. We went to house one person from North Carolina that's trustworthy, but we don't know anyone. That would be incredible of you. Why don't SG? I don't know what type of relationship you have with Duchess. If and my mods could share that link, if I even have any mods in here. Duchess would have a better idea. I mean, she's right there in the thick of it, or even Savage Live Media may have a good idea as to, they might have someone specifically in mind that needs help. I can't get gifted memberships because I'm a branded channel. That's what it is. See, and also when I set up my account, I never set it up as a brand account. I just had no fucking clue whatsoever what a branded channel is. Like, what's the difference? What if it's not a branded channel? I don't know. It's so weird. It's okay. I mean, gifted memberships, they're, I'll end up with a fucking membership at the Hive. That would insult me. But yeah, SG, I would reach out to them. I know Duchess has a public email. Just shoot her email. You said you watch her. Bring it up. And that's very sweet of you. Also, just be careful, try to get them vetted before you allow someone into your home. I've made that mistake before. Pearl says, I wish this country would see what we have done to our country. I'm native Cherokee and lived on the res and went to school there. Oh, I didn't know. That's awesome. Well, bless you. Yeah, I know. I mean, just what we've done to the Cherokee alone in this country is just unbelievable. Yeah, we need to start taking accountability, and you know, it just boils down to taking better care of each other. I mean, you could sit online and you could talk about the parents of missing people. You could talk about who slept with who and who did this and who said what. And at the end of the day, there's still 100,000 people in need of our help, and we're not helping. So I urge everyone, and I don't have a clever solution or a suggestion on how to contribute, but I do urge everyone to get creative. Like, just Google search, how can I help? Like, there's got to be a way. I get gifted so many times and it still won't. I get gifted so many times and it still won't gift me. LOL. The green is new gray for me. It's all good. I'm sorry. I didn't know that you couldn't get gifted memberships if you were a brand account. I still don't even know what that means exactly. If I switch my Google IDs, I'll lose my entire history. Oh no. Okay, Pearl, I got your back, and I appreciate that. All right, let's call it quits. Thanks for being here. 3 hours. You guys are troopers. If you're watching this on the replay, you're the true champions. And once again, consider becoming a member if you're not. If not, at least subscribe, hit a thumbs up, and share my stuff out. It does help the channel. I don't know. I'm supposed to be feeling guilty about wanting to build my channel bigger, but I guess that's what I want to do. Is there anything wrong with that? I don't think so. But yeah, take care, everyone. And more importantly, take care of each other, right? I'm going to leave you. Yeah, I promise next time I'll have badges and stuff. Thanks, Emmy, so much. It looks like you were the only mod in here and you're fucking champion. I very much appreciate it. Yeah, take care, everyone. Until we meet again, probably 2 days from now. If not, if something pops up, I promise I'll go live. I've been itching to do like a crazy late night stream. I just got to get my moderator situation sorted out because a lot of my mods can't be here late. And I don't want to just mod anybody. But I appreciate you guys. Take care and do good things out there. Sinner out.
Take pictures, run like the parallel stitches, attach my feet to the path I beat, teach myself to keep the answers brief, gnash my teeth like the last to feast. Imagine me on that abandoned beach, sand and sea as if the jazz was free. I'm ice cream mixed with gasoline, direct attention to the craftsmanship, neglect to mention that the past will stick like initials carved in the concrete, like the tattoo that hides on your mommy. I still kick it with angels. The difference is instead of the bar, I'm at my kitchen table. The starlight shines through the glass, but you feel safe underneath that mask. Ferris wheel, give rides. The scars healed in time to get high. Lock the doors and hide the keys. Let's go describe how to climb a tree. Don't sign the lease, just cop a corner for you to curl up and try to sleep. Those cheap police won't find my wings. I keep my dreams inside my dreams. And if I had a time machine, I'd probably use it like a vacuum and try to clean. It kinda seems quite more than a handful of these regrets have been circumstantial. Now give me all the cash out the drawer, touch that mustache down on the floor, and I'll be in court holding a pitchfork before I let the contest outlast the sport. Pocket watch, impatient, find a mate then make the migration. Break the rules, but first break the rulers, and keep it moving like a rumor. I don't need to defend my defensiveness. I keep to myself, my family, and friendships. I got enough people I could disappoint. If you disagree, I think you missed the point. Now go ahead and grab a chair. Let me tell you about the last few years. Pulled out a sack full of Samson's hair and put it on the dash like a dancing bear. I wrote you a horoscope. It won't fit on this post-it note, but if I had to sum it up into a shorter quote, it goes, fuck it, you might as well row that boat.